At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Welcome in to Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM, Channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck along with Adam Abdalla, live from Chicago each and every day on the air until 3 Eastern. You can always join the show by texting or calling us at 310-840-4910. Abdalla, we've made it. The first preseason game of the NFL schedule is tonight. The Hall of Fame game is today, 8 Eastern this evening on NBC, the Cardinals and the Panthers. So we'll be able to talk about that throughout the show. But also, I want to start with this as we're focusing on football at the start here today is I think the worst kept secret in the NFL this offseason, at least for the last month or so, is that Aaron Donald will return to play for the Los Angeles Rams. Now, yesterday officially was the first time the Rams had to make an official comment on it, because with Aaron Donald working out in their facility, using their equipment, wearing their gear, they had to designate him as a player who tried out for the team as a workout. So in the league news and notes yesterday, the Rams put out the players that were in the facility and the players that were working out for the Rams, Aaron Donald being one of those players on the list. So for the first time this summer, Aaron Donald officially connected to the Los Angeles Rams as he worked out for the Rams yesterday in Los Angeles.
He should throw a curveball and go try out with another team now. just to say he did, just to be like, all of a sudden he's trying out with Atlanta, and now he's trying out with Cleveland. Oh no, what's Aaron Donald doing? I still believe that this is not going to take place until deep into training camp. I'm talking a couple weeks away, because Sean McVay has said a couple times now, and we keep now hearing this. We've heard this now from a couple NFL insiders. The word "we have a plan." Yeah. The word "plan" has been used a few times.
Timeline and plan.
Timeline, plan.
Yeah.
You don't use that unless you have a date or dates in mind. This isn't something that we're working on a deal. Oh, we're working on, we've got to talk to agents and all that kind of stuff. This is happening. It's a matter of when, not if. We know this is going to happen. Aaron Donald is going to be a Ram at some point. He's going to join Myles Garrett. He's going to join Trent McDuffie. This is going to be an elite defense joined with an elite offense. And this is going to be, in addition to whatever they've added, the greatest team ever assembled on paper going into this season.
How many times do we say that when a team is put together and we say, oh, this is going to be the greatest team ever? And then when you look around and you see that Dwight Howard and Steve Nash are not winning a championship with the Lakers, right? Remember all those teams that are always thrown together? They win the offseason, and then when the season starts, it doesn't turn out to be what you thought it was going to be in the offseason. The one caveat I would say to that is the Rams are a proven product.
Exactly.
They have a Super Bowl winning coach and quarterback. They have a team that last year made it to the NFC Championship game. So it's not like a total random collection of stars coming together to try and win. It's one of the best teams. And I would also say in the offseason, you and I have pointed to the Rams being the best team in football, even the moment after the Super Bowl ended. Seattle's still celebrating. I remember we're hosting shows. We're back in Chicago after being at the Super Bowl last year and saying and having conversations, being like, well, next year, I think the best team is going to be the Rams. The Rams are going to be the best team. Mm-hmm. And then they go out and land Myles Garrett. Mm-hmm. And that's just putting, the cherry on top of the sundae, right? Like they are that good. And then they add the best defensive player, arguably, in the NFL to the team. And you assume they're just going to be so much better. So, I do think that it is funny. In the past, with any team, when you see all the stars come together and you hype up a team in the offseason, you could say, oh, well, they're going to let down when we actually get to the point where they have to win. But usually those teams don't have a proven track record. Mm-hmm. McVay, Stafford, Nakua, even Adams. They've got studs all over the field.
Well, yeah, and I think that, look, everybody knew last season you could throw on the Rams, right? That was no mystery. That's why Sam Darnold and the Seahawks went and made it past them in the NFC Championship game and went to the Super Bowl. And so, to me, they went out and addressed their biggest need, and it wasn't even getting Myles Garrett and eventually re-adding Aaron Donald to this roster. It was going out and trading for Trent McDuffie. That's the biggest addition. And I know that, yes, you can improve your secondary by adding to your pass rush because that, makes quarterbacks get off their time and have untimely throws, and you can, make them move out of the pocket and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But they needed to improve their secondary. And they saw a Kansas City Chief team that had problems with their finances, that needed to move on from some players to improve their cap situation, and they went out and they traded a first-round pick for Trent McDuffie, and now they extended him, so he's going to be there for a little bit of time, and that's, to me, their biggest improvement. Yes, Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald are two cherries on top of the sundae.
Yeah.
But going out and I liked this team to get to the NFC Championship game before they added Trent McDuffie. I like them even more now. And then you add Myles Garrett, and now you're going to add Aaron Donald, which we all know. And I still believe in what I said a week ago, that that Aaron Donald is either going to do this at the very end of training camp or close to the end of training camp. He doesn't need preseason games. He doesn't need training camp. And I also believe he may not do this until after the team comes back from Australia, and he will make his Rams debut against the Giants at home in week 2 because he does not want to go to Australia and make that round-the-world trip, which we now find out that the Rams are flying in and flying out. They're basically puddle jumping this thing, and they're going to arrive the day before and leave right after. Yeah,
there's a few different philosophies as far as like the sleep cycles go, and then adjusting to the different in time and the place and where you're going and how long you're going to be there. They're not going to be there for long, so the Rams are going to go play the game and leave. The 49ers, their philosophy is to go, be there a week early, and then fly back after the game to adjust to the time zones. We can talk about whether or not which is the right way to do it. I'm kind of leaning towards the Rams. I feel like that's the smarter way. Like, don't even give your body time to adjust. Just sleep on the planes, get there, play the game, and then get out of there.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. I believe the Rams took the same approach in a London game, and they went on and they won that game, I believe, like 37-3 or something like that. And they had this same approach. So I think if whatever works for you and what works for your team, these teams now don't just have a training staff. They have sleep specialists. They have nutritionists. They hire the best people. If you're a billion-dollar organization, a multi-billion-dollar organization, you hire the best people because you can't afford any losses, especially within your division. Like the Rams are going to go into this, especially taking two completely different approaches. With the 49ers doing this and taking this approach and going in a week early and doing all this stuff, in the Rams going in the day before. I'm sure the NFL might not be happy with the Rams doing this, because I'm sure going for the first time to Australia, they would much rather have the Rams go in a week before and go and do, if there's any, media things that they need to do before that. They're not doing any of that. They're flying in the day before and flying out the day after.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. If you want to join the conversation today, you can call or text us at 310-840-4910. So the latest with Aaron Donald. So he worked out at the Rams facility. It was listed on the NFL transaction report because it was an official workout. Adam Schefter reporting that Aaron Donald wanted to do a workout in a football helmet. And so even though he didn't wear pads, he used the Rams team equipment and facility during camp. So that required them to add him to the activity list that they put out to the rest of the league. You can't have players working out in secret, right? So they had to officially list him on the NFL activity transaction report they worked out for the Rams yesterday. Here's Sean McVay on the NFL Daily podcast talking about the Aaron Donald tryout.
I couldn't help but note, right before we started, so I hope you're even aware of this, the NFL transaction wire had Aaron Donald working out with the Rams today, which I guess...
Did it come across as a tryout?
It did come across as
Best
a tryout.
tryout that we've ever had.
Okay. You think he could make the team?
Phenomenal.
I think he could make the
The
team.
kid's got a shot.
Yeah, no, that was honestly our way of being able to get a workout with him within the parameters of what's necessary. But Giff Smith said it's the greatest tryout he's ever had.
Great football coach. I don't know if Sean would be the best poker player in the world when
I'd be
he's talking
terrible at
about
that.
Aaron Donald. But
yeah, you know what? I've never claimed to be a good poker player either.
So there you go. There's Sean McVay on the NFL Daily podcast. You know what's funny is listening to McVay talk about it, what it reminded me of, and I think a lot of sports fans would remember this because a lot of sports fans watched The Last Dance, the documentary about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
When Jordan left and he went to go play baseball for 2 years, and then towards the end of that second year, he decided he started to want to come back to basketball. What was shown in the documentary was Jordan was showing up to the practice facility, which the NBA didn't have to disclose that he was doing it, but the players knew because Jordan was just getting a run in.
Yeah.
Right? He just wanted to be there and play basketball, but he kept showing up day after day after day, and he was clearly starting to get into basketball shape. Like, that's what this feels like, is like, Donald's around. He's going to return. It's just you have to, by NFL rules, announce this stuff in the moment.
Well, I can't get over the fact that a man that has made over $100 million, close to $200 million in his career, doesn't have a football helmet at home. Like
I'm sure he does.
He wants to feel what it's like to work out in a helmet.
I'm sure he does.
Put on it. You don't have a helmet at home?
Yeah, I'm sure he has a helmet at home.
I feel like that's like a hockey player being like, I need to feel what it's like to hold a stick. You don't have a stick at home?
I'm sure he does, but he's working out at that facility because he's going to join the Rams at some point.
Just sign already, man.
Come on. He absolutely is. So there you go.
Sign already.
There's the latest. The worst kept secret in the NFL. Aaron Donald will sign at some point. I think Abdalla's right. I think he's onto something. I think that Aaron Donald does not want to participate in training camp. I don't blame him. The Rams are also a team that the starters and the stars don't really do a whole lot during training camp, so I don't blame him. And then on top of it, I don't think he really wants to go to Australia for that first game of the season. And he'll join the team at some point after. Because watch how they play this, right? Here's the thought. He waits till the very end of training camp to sign and join the team.
Mm-hmm.
Comes up lame. Got a hammy. Right? He's got a soft tissue something. Something that doesn't require an x-ray, an MRI. He's just got a light pull of something. And so he doesn't make the trip because he's not going to play week 1.
Yeah.
And then boom, ready to go off the injury report for week 2.
Okay.
I could see that. I could totally see that.
He's not going to travel with the team.
Yeah, it's a vet move. Why not?
Doesn't need to travel with the team.
Yeah.
And look, but listen, I'm not saying that it's the NFL. Anything can happen any given Sunday, or in this case, any given Thursday. But
Sure.
over there, it's going to be Friday.
Of course.
Right? Because they're in the future.
Yeah, Thursday
Australia,
here, Friday there. It doesn't matter.
Today's already happened there.
All over
so
the
they know
place.
what's going to happen because because Australia's in the future.
A different day.
It's a new day.
They're living their day while we're here living our day.
Yeah, but they're in the future, so they already know what happened. So do they know what happened in the Hall of Fame game already? Can I call Australia and ask them for a tip for tonight's game?
Technically, they could also listen to this show in the future, just the Westwood One
Do they
Sports
know what
app.
I'm about to say already?
Yeah, they've already rewound that and fast-forwarded through this part of the show.
Australia's.
I know, it's a wild, man.
They're playing 4D chess, man.
I agree.
They don't. I know what's happening at 49ers camp. They're dropping like flies, man. I don't know if they need any, like I said, any given Thursday or Friday where they're playing. I don't know if they need Aaron Donald at this point in week 1 to beat the 49ers. I don't know who's going to be healthy for the 49ers might be leaving half their team back and not be ready for this game. The way training camp has been going for the 49ers with all of their injuries that have been going on during training camp.
They'll suit up some rugby players.
They might have to have open tryouts in Australia.
Who's their famous team? The All Blacks?
That's New Zealand.
Oh, is it? It's not Australia? Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, I think you're right. New Zealand. That sounds right.
I think that's New Zealand.
Okay.
And I think they get very offended when you confuse them with
Really?
Australia.
Why?
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Nope, it is. Nope.
Isn't it?
How? Nope.
It's all down there.
No, it's...
Did I just offend an entire
The New Zealand
country?
All Blacks are in South Africa.
Oh,
First of all.
I'm way off.
Yeah?
And you're the one that stinks at geography.
American geography. Let's not get it twisted.
Okay, so actually knowing who the team is related to is different than the actual geography. I know where
Yeah.
South Africa is.
Yeah, it says New Zealand. The
So-
All Blacks
so the All
compete
Blacks-
with Argentina, Australia, and
Oh,
South Africa
got
in
it.
rugby championship.
So they have
New
nothing
Zealand
to
All
do
Blacks
with
are in South Africa for their. Oh no, they're playing in South Africa right now, but they're New Zealand's team. They're
Okay.
in South Africa right now.
So I was right.
Yeah, but they're not Australian.
But air on you. You
No.
said that they were South African. They're just playing
They're
in
playing
South
in South Africa. They're New Zealand. You said it's all
That's
the
on
same.
you.
saying it's all the same between New Zealand and Australia. It's not.
People say that about the Midwest, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin. It's all the same.
No. That's all America, buddy. That's all America. There's a difference between saying we're all American and saying Australia and New Zealand are all the same. They're two complete. One's a continent, and one's completely different.
You act like there's a difference between Minnesota and Wisconsin.
They're both in America.
Yes, of course. But what's the difference? They're both up there.
Down there.
They're up
first of
there
all.
from us. Yes. We're in Chicago. They're up there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, they're both down there.
But they're different.
If
I was just telling you.
Let me ask you a question. If I wanted to travel to either destination, which way would I go?
I understand
I would
that.
go the same direction.
I understand that. But
They're
I'm
both
telling you,
down that way.
if you go to New Zealand and you ask them and you say, "Are you
yeah,
Australian?"
I'm sure they get offended.
And you're going to
It's-
be like,
yeah.
and you're going to be like, "Listen,
Sure.
listen, buddy, Australia,"
course.
and they're going to be like, "New Zealand."
Good day,
and
mate.
Nope, not going to like that. If you tell them you want to put a shrimp on the Barbie, they're not going to like that.
Hold on.
They're going to be like, "Nar,
Who?
nar."
I watched
Nar.
Flight of the Conchords. Where
nar.
are they from?
New Zealand.
They sound a lot like the folks from Australia.
A little bit, but not the
Yes.
same. They don't like it when you call them Australian.
To me, it's all the same.
Nar.
Stop swallowing your R's.
That's how they say no over there. I
I
watch a
know.
lot of Bluey.
I know. You watch Bluey. I watch Below Deck, and I hear the same
watch
thing.
what?
Below Deck.
Nar.
Have you not seen one of the crews on Below Deck? They're all from New Zealand. So like the entire conversation. Someone out there is with me on this. When you watch Below Deck, you hear a lot of "no."
Look at right now. You can watch on YouTube, youtube.com/@Bleck Abdalla show. Raj has a map up.
No, I know. The question wasn't picking out where it's located on a map. I know how to do that. You are the one that doesn't know that. You're not
do.
good at geography.
American geography. I don't know where the Dakotas are. They're there.
You know where they're at?
No, I know one's north and one's south.
They're up there.
They're there.
They're up there.
They're around.
And over a little.
They're around. I don't need to know that. What do I need to know that for?
So how can you tell me that Australia and New Zealand are not near each other?
I never said they were near
They're
each
the
other.
same exact direction from where we're located.
I never said that they weren't near each other.
How does
all
Abdalla
Americans
not know where the
traveling to
Dakotas
that
are?
area.
They're
It's
up
the
near
same.
you in Illinois. It's all the same thing. Dakotas,
I never
Illinois,
said that they
it's the
were-
same
Gets
thing.
it.
I never said that they weren't near each
Raj
other.
gets it.
I never said that they were near each
What
other.
are you, from New Zealand now?
Never
You're
said that they
taking
were-
offense to that?
Never said they were near each other. I just said that if you tell a person that you just said it's all the same. Nar, it's not.
Stop saying nar.
Nar.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. How about this? Another one of Abdalla's favorite positions just got paid in the NFL. We'll tell you who that player is coming up next.
Packers star Micah Parsons says an October return date against the Cowboys is realistic. Imagine that. His first game back against the team that traded him away.
People are worried about the knee.
Will Parsons be ready to pack a payback punch?
They should be worried about how I'm going to play when I get back.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
How about this, Abdalla? Your favorite position in the NFL. Another player at that position just got paid today. Jonathan Taylor, running back for the Indianapolis Colts, gets a 2-year extension worth up to $47 million, includes $39 million guaranteed. So Bijan Robinson gets paid on Tuesday. Now Taylor gets paid today. Jahmyr Gibbs was in uniform today for the Lions, stretched with the team, and then when the team went to practice, he went to his own field and worked out alone because he is, quote, holding in. So we are still awaiting Jahmyr Gibbs to get that contract. And I'm guessing when Gibbs does sign, he will have the largest contract given to a running back in NFL history.
He's going to get a deal today. The way the NFL media is reporting, it's like the same way that Stephon Diggs got a deal yesterday. It's the same way that they were reporting yesterday. It's like they're negotiating. A deal is coming soon. And then like 5 minutes later, he signed with the Commanders. Yeah. So that's the same way the media is reporting right now. I would imagine that a deal gets done at some point today. If and when it happens, we'll let you know, obviously. But yeah, look, Jonathan Taylor is I believe he led all running backs in touchdowns last year. He was a big part of this offense. At one point last year, before Daniel Jones got hurt, the Colts offense was the best offense in the NFL. They were on trend to be a historic offense in the NFL. We were having conversations, and I'm saying we, as in you and me, kind of scoffed at it. But the NFL
don't put me in
world,
this. Don't put me in this camp.
No, we had conversations about it. We were talking to. Were we not talking about it?
We were, but my opinion from the jump last year was that the Colts' hot start was phony.
I understand that.
That they were not going to be a Super Bowl contending team. They were not the best team in the AFC.
That's fine.
A lot of easy opponents that they took advantage of early.
That's fine.
Riding the hot hand of Daniel Jones early before he got hurt.
But the numbers don't lie. They went on a crazy streak where they only lost to the Rams, and it was by a touchdown, 27-20, in their fourth game of the season. And until they lost to Pittsburgh, that's when it kind of fell off last season. They lost to Pittsburgh 27-20 in November.
Yeah.
And after that, Daniel Jones got hurt in the game against Jacksonville, I believe. And after that, or maybe against Houston, and after that, that's kind of when the bottom fell out after he got hurt. They lost to Kansas City before that. Then they lost to Houston. But before that, they had only lost 2 games to L.A. and to Pittsburgh. We were talking about, whether you believed it or not, this offense being historically good and Daniel Jones being in the MVP conversation. What it would look like if they kept it up, Daniel Jones winning an MVP.
Okay. No one was saying that Daniel Jones was going to win the MVP. No one said that last year.
Dude, through week 7, when they beat the Chargers 38-24, when they beat Tennessee,
some parts of the country,
14,
week 7, it's still summer out.
I understand that, but late into October, at the last week of October,
here's the football example I will give you. Do you remember a few years back? I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago. Remember the first year that Deion took over at Colorado, and they started the season with 2 big wins in September, and the national media, started to crown the Colorado Buffaloes as a team that was going to go to the playoffs, and that Deion brought the Buffs back, and that team was going to be legitimate. And then by the time we got to October, when real games started playing, they started losing, and they lost out the end of the season, and they were not a factor in the college football playoff at all. That's exactly how I felt about the Colts last year.
That's fine.
Great start to this season. Congratulations. I think you're missing on the MVP conversation. It wasn't Daniel Jones. It was Jonathan Taylor was in the MVP conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Jonathan Taylor is that dude at running back.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm going to get to here, is that this was also anchored by that offensive line and Jonathan Taylor. And for a while, Tyler Warren broke out as a star and one of the great rookies that year, and how he played insanely well at the beginning of the season and looked like he could be a rookie of the year candidate, one of these guys that broke out that year for this Colts offense. And that's why I think that there are certain running backs that you not necessarily reset the market for, but that are deserving of a decent amount of money, that are deserving of a certain amount of your cap space, a certain percentage of your cap space. Like Saquon Barkley for the Eagles. He needs that kind of money. He's deserving of that kind of money. Derrick Henry for the Ravens, deserving of that kind of money. You know, like Jahmyr Gibbs, when he gets this deal. Bijan Robinson, just is for now, for the next couple hours, however long it takes to get this Jahmyr Gibbs deal done, is the highest paid running back right now. He deserves that kind of money. I think Jonathan Taylor is worth that kind of money, because I think that this offense runs, pun intended, with him. And Daniel Jones coming off this Achilles that blew up. We don't know what he's going to look like. He's on track to start. He's been taking all the reps so far in the training camp. He's on track to start week 1, but this is going to be the Jonathan Taylor show, just like it always is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that at all. I just think Jonathan Taylor is a little bit different back than Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson. I mean, those are two running backs who are explosive as pass catchers out of the backfield. You know, last season, Gibbs, 77 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's insane. 5 touchdowns out of the backfield, 616 yards receiving last year for Jahmyr Gibbs. Last year, receiving for Jonathan Taylor, 46 receptions, 378 yards, 2 touchdowns. They're different types of backs. I don't know. I'm maybe called me a football progressive because I don't think it's an old school thought. I just wouldn't pay running backs like this. I feel like Jonathan Taylor, although one of the best running backs in football, I feel like you can find a workhorse running back and replace him every other year or so. So I would not pay that type of money, and I don't think that an offense built around a guy like that is really going to ever win a Super Bowl. That's just the way I would look at it.
Well, look, I don't think the Colts are winning a Super Bowl anytime here soon anyway.
Because their quarterback is subpar, and they're paying their running back and wide receiver. Alec Pierce got a new deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Tyler Warren, you're right, is on his second season. He's a decent tight end. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, when you look at the construction of the team, sure, they got off to the first 2 months of the season last year. Yes, the Colts are one of the best teams in the AFC. I will not argue on that. You started rattling off a bunch of different games that they lost against tougher opponents, and I'm not surprised that took place last season. And I'm expecting some of the same. I doubt they'll get off to that hot start that they got off to last year.
Probably not. Probably not.
But sure, why not? Pay the running back. Go for it.
I think that there are certain guys that you can give a contract like that to because they are worthy of that. He is their offense. He's definitely going to, because I don't think Daniel Jones is going to replicate what he was capable of the beginning of the season last year before he got hurt. I just don't, and they've paid him a lot of money to be around for the next couple of years too, because they don't have an option, because when they traded for Sauce Gardner, they gave up 2 first-round picks.
Exactly.
They don't have another option.
They're all in.
So they don't have a choice.
Exactly.
So you might as well pay the running back.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. We have the Hall of Fame game tonight, 8 Eastern, NBC, Carolina, and Arizona. Abdalla, we finally have some preseason football ready to go. It's Kenny Pickett against Carson Beck. So, I mean, we are aware of Pickett's game, but this will be the first time to see Carson Beck in action for the Cardinals, 3rd-round pick. He had success at Miami last season, getting to the national title game. He was also at Georgia for a very long time in college. So it'll be interesting to see Carson Beck tonight. Kenny Pickett, both gloves tonight? Is he going to wear double gloves?
Ooh.
Isn't he the double-gloved quarterback?
2-glove Kenny? Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that his situation?
Yeah.
So here on the show, Bleck and Abdalla, as we gear up for the Hall of Fame game, and you know, here on the show, we love the NFL. We're all about the NFL. Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, baby. Yes.
I love the NFL.
Thank you, Bart Scott. Yes, we love the NFL. So tonight for the show here on Bleck and Abdalla, with the Hall of Fame game tonight, we are going to have the Hall of Fame game fantasy draft here on the show.
Okay.
You, me, Raj, we will pick fantasy teams for tonight's game. It's going to be a barrel of laughs. This is going to be a big time event here on the show.
Okay.
That's what I'm being told by Raj. This is a big deal.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
See, there you go.
I'm glad we pulled out all the stops for production.
Very
too.
professional production.
Yeah.
Grade A
here.
production.
Yeah.
Raj, tip of the cap and a helmet sticker for you.
Hard
Yeah.
work there.
There you go.
Hard work.
Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy.
draft.
See?
A bit this serious requires a lot of work.
Yeah,
Okay.
see? And
Yeah.
This
And
isn't
so,
this isn't some World Cup of soup thing, all right? This is
No.
serious.
No, yeah, of course, because the World Cup of Soup was, that didn't bring any traction. No one
Nothing.
enjoyed that.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Bleck and Abdalla's World Cup of Soup.
Soup is good food.
I think Abdalla just took offense to that comment, Raj, like he's from New Zealand or something.
Nah.
Down on the
Some
barbecue.
are calling and saying that it changed the game. I'm just saying.
What changed the game?
The soup game.
The soup game has been changed because of your selections.
They're developing new spoon technology because of it.
Spoon to mouth technology.
Mm-hmm.
So we will have the Bleck Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy draft here on the show.
Okay.
Today on the show. What are the rules? Raj has the rules, apparently.
Okay.
You guys did your prep.
I
do my
ready to go.
I prepped.
You got
I
the
absolutely
Athlon guide?
prepped.
You got your Athlon guide in front of you? Ready to go? You know
I
the depth
subscribe
chart?
to the magazine, so I have it ready to go. I've got my
Yeah.
charts ready.
Sure.
This is big time.
I got a depth chart in front of me. Is that?
I'm
does
just
that count
letting you
as
guys
prep?
know we got a colleague, little guy you might know, Josh Graham, been helping me out a little bit,
guy.
knowing my Panthers.
Okay.
Did you just call Josh Graham a little guy?
I think you did call him a
Yeah,
little
no,
guy.
it's just funny because Josh is the opposite of little. I think he's actually quite
Yeah,
tall.
I've been to the president, Josh Graham. He's
Poor Josh.
he's taller than me.
Taking us stray early.
No,
You're on the
Josh
show.
was very helpful prepping for this very, very serious event that's going to happen. later
Individual
today.
defensive players, or are we just drafting a defense?
We'll you know what? We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it
all
later.
right.
We'll figure it out.
So
here's
here's the idea. I'm thinking at about 2:20 Eastern time.
Okay.
We'll have the full draft.
Okay.
Okay. I know that's a tease. That's about 2 hours from now, but I think we need some time to prep for this big event, right? The Bleck Abdalla.
If you guys haven't gotten your prep
football-
done yet, you're getting your lunch eaten tonight.
If there's one thing I do well, Raj, it's cram. I was known for turning in papers late and getting it done, pulling an all-nighter, working on the research and turning it in right on time.
Okay.
So I think we can get this done. So later in the show, today on the show, we will have the Bleck Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. Yes.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy.
draft.
So we will have big-time production.
And I'm sorry if I seem tired
yes.
today, guys. I was up late working
Yeah.
on that last
Working
night,
on it, yes.
really grinding, and so didn't get a ton of sleep to get that production piece ready.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's some of your best work. It's fantastic. I love it. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. So one of the quarterback battles that we've been following in camp here as training camps have started up around the NFL, one of those battles is with the Browns quarterback. Has there been a momentum swing in the Browns quarterback battle? We'll tell you who lit up camp yesterday, coming up next.
Cleveland can't figure out its quarterback situation. Said just about everybody for the last quarter century. And this year, questions keep coming. Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson? Those are the options in Cleveland.
You are a factory of sadness.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Yesterday at Browns training camp in the quarterback battle, one of the quarterback battles we're focusing on here in training camp around the NFL, it does feel like someone had a great day and the momentum has swung their way. Yesterday, Deshaun Watson took all of the number one reps with the first team, and he threw 7 touchdowns, had no interceptions, and it was a heavy red zone day. So, sometimes when you see the numbers for touchdowns and all this stuff, it's like, well, yeah, every snap was taken within the 10-yard line. Mm-hmm. So a completion turns into a touchdown type of thing. With that said, I was watching a little of the NFL Network last night too, and the reports from camp were suggesting that Watson looked the part yesterday, where at different points throughout camp, he's looked kind of shaky. But yesterday, he clearly took command of the offense, and Shedeur Sanders had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and that's kind of where we stand with the quarterback battle in Cleveland at this moment.
Yeah, and we know what the plan is going to be now because Todd Monken laid it out and like this had wanted to be figured out by Todd Monken like 3 haircuts ago. If you want to
is that how he lives his life, by charting haircuts?
I think so.
Trying to get a sweet haircut.
Like if you get it, how often do you think he gets trimmed up?
Old guy like that? Yeah, probably.
He probably set your watch to it, right? Like every 3 weeks?
Oh, I would be impressed if he was.
Every 3? Well, got the team has a barber.
I try.
Like most teams have a barber.
My haircut schedule is usually loosely 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
If I forget to book, then it's like 4. But if I'm on top of my stuff, then it's like about 3 weeks. Because any longer than I feel like it's my hair grows quickly, so I need to go a lot.
See, the thing with Monken is
I was just trying to get a sweet haircut.
He can wear a lot of hats.
Well, he's a hat guy.
Yeah, so like coach, like he can get away with like if he doesn't go every 3 weeks, he can go an extra week because like they're traveling or because it's camp or whatever.
He's busy. He's watching film.
So let's say once a month. Let's say every 4 weeks. Okay,
every 4 weeks.
He
once
wanted
a month.
this figured out 3 haircuts ago. When the off-season training program started. That's when he wanted to name a starter. He said that. And it hasn't figured itself out. And we've heard from him when he said the players will let you know who the starter is. All right, buddy. That's why I love you. And so the plan is now to have one guy start the first preseason game.
Yeah.
One guy start the second preseason game. And then the winner,
of course,
will start the third preseason game.
Yeah, the final preseason game that most teams don't put any effort into in the first place. But sure.
Yeah, why not? Why not? And then
it'll take a couple snaps.
I believe that's the third preseason game is against the Patriots. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So, because then they have a week off before the season starts. So now now they're battling it out. This is going to go until the third preseason game. So we're going to get these updates back and forth, first team, second team, first team, second team, whatever, because now we know this is going to drag out for another 3 weeks or so.
Are you ready to get fired up by Todd Monken?
I'm always fired up by Todd Monken.
You sound like you're ready to go.
I live fired up by Todd Monken.
Monken trying to fire up the Browns. This is from yesterday. Take a listen.
Someone mentioned something to me, something about being crazy. You bet okay? You bet we ought to be crazy.
Whoa.
Crazy about winning.
Okay.
What is this music?
What is this? A scary movie?
What is this music?
Right? Like where the nice coach turns dark and
is
he's
this
now
the Odyssey?
evil.
Is this like the Odyssey?
Right?
What is this music?
Doesn't it sound like it?
Yeah.
That's what we ought to be crazy about, right? About how we play, how every single day we bring it.
Hans Zimmer's soundtrack in the background.
I want Odysseus.
You ought to be.
Sorry.
I'd rather be crazy and out of my mind fighting to win and leave it.
What is the music? What is this music?
That's dubbed in, right? That's not. He didn't like.
No,
that's
this
not
is
at
this
training
is produced.
camp, right? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay.
But do you want the rest of the fired up speech?
No, because I would have loved it if that was the. No, I do, but I would have loved it if that would have been like the music that they were playing at training camp.
Out here, and somehow medical people got to come out and resuscitate. They're gonna fight my off to win. Then just everything's okay. It's okay to be casual. It's okay to and be a loser. That ain't me, and that's not gonna be us.
Okay, did I hear in that he told the team someone's not going to come in here and bite my blank off and win? Is that what he said?
I couldn't hear anything besides the music, to be honest with you.
Listen closely. Does he say, is a part of his pitch is no one's going to come in here and bite my blank off and win?
Win and leave it out here. I'd rather be crazy and out of my mind fighting to win and leave it out here, and somehow medical people got to come out and resuscitate. They're going to fight my off to win. Then just
no, no.
Bite his own?
No. Because I'm fighting my. I think he said because I'm fighting my ass off, and we bleeped. We bleeped.
You think it's an A?
Yeah.
You think it's the backside?
Yeah.
I thought it was the front. I thought the front. You
see.
thought the back.
Let's find out.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He said, yeah. I'm looking at the quote right now. Yeah.
So he says the backside.
Yeah.
So can you understand my confusion to what I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
And leave it out here, and somehow medical people got to come out and resuscitate. They're going to fight my off to win.
Fighting. He's not biting.
No, he's not.
He's fighting, right?
Yeah.
Fighting is the word?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where the confusion comes in. I thought I heard biting, and I was like, Puka?
Yeah, because I'm watching a video. I'm watching the video that has, you know how like they do the captions.
Yes, yeah.
So I'm
he's
reading the
fighting
caption.
his
I'd
butt
rather
off.
be crazy
Got
and
it.
out of my mind,
All right.
fighting to win and leave it out here. And somehow medical people got to come out and resuscitate me because fighting my blank off. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Good. I'm glad we cleared that up. I'm glad the Bleck Abdalla show could get to the bottom of that.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
So there you go. I guess
Making sure that coaches aren't biting their own blank off.
Well, I was gonna say
Because if you could, that's just impressive.
Well,
to be honest.
is it?
If you could, I don't have that kind of dexterity.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So there you go. There he is, Todd Monken, firing up the troops at Browns camp. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You're amazing. I mean, what are you doing?
I'm just saying. It's impressive.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yes.
Especially for a man of his age.
Yes. All right, I got to talk about this because we were discussing this before this show because our good friend Nick Costos, who's on the air on Westwood One Sports before Bleck and Abdalla.
Yeah.
Jim Rome follows us. Nick Costos is on before us here on the network on Westwood One Sports on various different stations around the country as well. And Costos was talking about what we were talking about yesterday, the viral video with Justin Herbert and Madison Beer.
Okay.
Right? There's a video on our YouTube channel. Check it out, Bleck and Abdalla Show on YouTube, of us talking about it. And Costos mentioned the Beer Herbert connection on the field.
Yeah.
And he had this to say.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
And you and I, and so that's Nick Costos.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
Talking about it before we jumped on the air here on Westwood One Sports.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
And, it sparked a debate between us here on the show. Because I feel like I feel like Herbert has all the makings of a attractive guy to women. The hair, the flowing hair. He's tall. He's a quarterback. But I don't the face. I don't know. I feel like if he wasn't tall, he didn't have the flowing hair, and wasn't a star quarterback in the National Football League, I'm not sure if ladies would necessarily find him attractive.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
First of all, I'm not a lady.
Thank you, brother. Do you want the breaking news sound effect on that?
Please, yeah, that'd be, I don't know. I feel like, listen,
know.
I'll tell you this, the ratio is off. That's all I know.
What's that mean?
I think she's way more attractive than him.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
In my opinion, attractiveness is subjective. I understand that everybody finds different people and things attractive. I cannot,
You're giving me the everyone's beautiful line?
I'm just telling you, man.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
You think Justin Herbert's going to hear this and be offended that we're saying that if he didn't have the long hair, if he wasn't a star quarterback, that we would be like, he's average?
Other people might think that he is attractive. They might be offended that we don't think he's attractive. I don't know, man. I'm just saying that the ratio is off. Okay. She's up there. He's in the middle somewhere.
Oh, he's in the middle somewhere.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
I didn't want to say mid, but in the middle.
It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We'll be back right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern. Big day today. The NFL, the preseason kicks off. The Hall of Fame game tonight, 8 Eastern on NBC. Can't wait to watch the Panthers and the Cardinals. I'm not going to give fake enthusiasm. Usually the way this works for me, Abdalla, is I'll tune in for the first quarter, and then we'll see how this kind of goes. If there's nothing else on, I'll stick with it. It's nice to have football on in the background. So I'm not going to try and sell our audience in something that I'm not actually super excited about. Like, I'm glad football is back. It'll be cool to watch the game start up. We'll see how long I last.
I think that
It's preseason. It's preseason.
Well,
I
look,
get it. It's preseason.
I think I told you and Raj this before the show started in what I wanted from this game. Like, I want football conversation.
Yeah, you don't want interviews on the sidelines with Hall of Famers.
I don't, and this is the Hall of Fame game, and I understand that that's what this is for. This is the purpose. This is for interviewing Larry Fitzgerald and interviewing Drew Brees and Luke Kuechly and Adam Vinatieri and all these guys, right? Like this is their day. This is their weekend. They get enshrined on Saturday. The NFL does it the right way before real games are being played. Major League Baseball, maybe take note. I don't know. And so this is their day. I understand that. If this is your first, quote, game or whatever, if Tirico and Collinsworth were having a preview of, like, the season and, like, talking about actual football, I would watch a lot longer. But I don't need to hear about what Larry Fitzgerald has been up to and what Drew Brees. I know what Drew Brees has been up to. He's going to be broadcasting for Fox. That's what Drew Brees has been up to.
Yes, he will.
I know what he's doing.
We'll be paired with our friend Adam Amin this upcoming season.
Shout out.
Shout out to Adam.
So, like, that's not what I don't really care about that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's great for them. I'm happy for them. All worthy Hall of Famers. But, like, okay, like, I don't, all right, cool. You know, tell me, I would love to hear more about, other things going on in the NFL. If that's what they could do.
And that's a fair way to look at it. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, also on Sirius XM Channel 375, all of our great radio affiliates around the country. It's Bleck Abdalla, live from Chicago, on the air until 3 Eastern. You can always call or text the show at 310-840-4910, hanging out with you until 3 Eastern right here on Westwood One Sports. So tonight, we have the Hall of Fame game. Later here on the show today, we will, on the Bleck Abdalla show, have the Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. It'll be me, Abdalla, Raj. We will pick players for tonight's Hall of Fame game. Yep.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
Yeah, so that will be later on today on the program. Yep. Get fired up.
Well, now I have to watch.
Yeah, well, I mean, or someone, one of the three of us has to watch and chart how we all do. That seems like a great task for Adam Abdalla.
Oh,
that seems like a wonderful task to watch tonight and to chart the fantasy draft that we will have later on the show.
This, Raj, I don't know if your opinion on this. This feels like a great job for the one without kids. I feel like this is going to be a long bedtime problem for me tonight. I feel like I'm going to be, this is going to be a long bedtime, like a real problem I'm going to be having a lot of Bluey tonight, I feel like.
Easy.
A lot of, like this is going to be a big bedtime problem for me and the 3-year-old tonight. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay attention that
Bleck,
much.
where's Bluey from? What part of the world is that?
Down under.
Okay.
Just the whole lower...
The whole region.
The whole lower hemisphere.
Yeah. It's on the globe. It's over there.
Wherever Charlize Theron's from.
Sure.
South Africa.
Okay.
That's South Africa.
Oh, which one's which?
I'm just going to move on.
Wait, is Bluey, what is it? South African?
Australian.
Oh, so there you go.
Throwing you off, yeah.
Oh.
Charlize Theron's South African.
I see what you're doing. Yeah. That's not nice. Mm-hmm. All right. So we have that coming up today. This is great.
Nar!
You guys are fantastic.
I'm excited. I feel like you do a great job. You love ball, summer of football, all that good stuff. Greatest moments in football moments in movies. I think this is
with
right
one
up your
exception,
alley,
which
yeah.
was it was the greatest football moments in non-football movies, but he had an exception of a non-football moment in a football movie. Get it right.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know why it was difficult to comprehend, guys. There are great moments of football that take place in the movies that are not football movies.
And there were 5 of them, so it wasn't a Mount Rushmore. It was a Mount Rush most. Rush most.
And I had a tie. There was also a tie.
There was a 6, so there was technically 6 of them.
Because there were 2 beach scenes.
So it was a Mount Rush most.
Point Break and Top Gun Maverick both have beach football scenes.
That's fair.
So I had to shout out
So
and
just to
salute
recap,
both.
For everybody, Chris had an idea of the best football moments in non-football movies, and it was going to be 5, but he wound up having 6 because he had a tie. And then he also had in that movie, he had a football movie with a non-football moment. Everybody keep up with all that?
I think, to me, Raj, it makes perfect sense. I don't understand how someone wouldn't understand that.
Oh, boy, I can't wait till you guys understand our scoring, our fantasy scoring for tonight's game.
Yes. All right, to be fair, not having kids, I don't really have an argument to make to why I can't do this tonight. I understand. I get it. You're going to play the kid card. I understand. As a parent, as a non-parent, then I do get it. That's the spot that I'm currently in this situation.
The best part is, Bleck, you could have volunteered to watch his kid for him so that he could then watch tonight's game. I mean, that was on the table. Babysitting with Uncle Chris.
Listen, babysitting's always fun.
Because you get to give them back, right?
Yes, with Uncle Chris and Auntie Yaya. I mean, it's always a good time at our house, of course. Because I'm the uncle that's willing to
spoil
be the cool uncle.
Yeah,
Cool
ice
uncle?
cream. Let's go. You want to go get ice cream? What you want what are those little cookies with they look like koala bears? Remember the koala yummies?
Teddy Grahams?
Remember those?
You talking about Teddy Grahams?
No, not Teddy
No,
Grahams.
they're filled with chocolate. They're like
I
little,
know what you're talking
they're little
about.
cookies.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
they're koala yummies.
Man, you
I
are
think.
all over the Australian stuff today, aren't you?
He is.
Yeah, yes. We have those, so we hand those out. It's great. We get to play with all the toys. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So and then take them back.
Frees up Abdalla to watch a little Hall of Fame game.
Take them back. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Did you guys see this? I know we mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I do want to talk about it. And we were talking about Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Both the 49ers and the Rams are choosing different approaches to going over and playing the opener for the NFL season.
Yeah.
One team is going to essentially get in and get out. They're not going to allow their body clocks to change. The jet lag, it doesn't matter. The Rams, per ESPN, are going to arrive the day before the game and leave immediately after the game. The 49ers are choosing to arrive a week early to adjust to the time difference and then leave after the game. And I believe the 49ers also have another long trip on their schedule as well this upcoming season.
It's to Mexico City, I believe. Is that correct? And that's the one where they're going to be staying in.
Because Shanahan was upset that they have multiple trips.
And this is the one where they're going to be staying in Colorado.
They're going to be in parts unknown.
They're going to be
here
in parts
the Springs.
unknown.
Yeah.
To stay and get acclimated to the altitude as well.
So who has the better plan, McVay or Shanahan?
Oh, it's McVay. It's McVay. I think getting in, taking care of business, playing the football game, and also I think too, because look, I think teams have gone to London, to Germany enough that you kind of understand and fans understand what the expectation is, right? This is the first time that the NFL is going to be in Australia. So the NFL is going to blow this up. And Roger Goodell has already said that he doesn't expect this to be the only time that the NFL goes there. So I think this puts pressure on the 49ers to be sort of the ambassadors for the NFL while they're there. You're there for a week. You're not going to sightsee. You're not going to, I understand they're going to practice. They're going to do all that, but they're also going to have free time, right? What do NFL players when they're not practicing for, the 2-3 hours that's practice? Obviously they're going to be in film, they're going to be in meeting, but they're also going to be in a country and a continent that I would say most of them, if not all of them, have never been to before, right?
Yeah, you go out.
You're going to go out. You're going to sightsee. And
you do events with the NFL. Yeah.
But the issue is, if they were at home, they would be resting. They'd be at home. They'd be doing nothing. They'd be getting ready for the game. So I think that McVay has the much better plan for this.
So I'm on a website that tracks jet lag to Australia. And it's suggesting it takes a week to get over the jet lag going east to Australia.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Because obviously, 17-hour difference, you're essentially going back an entire day.
Yeah. So McVay also did this when they went to London and they beat the Jaguars 35-7.
Yeah, but that's when they went over there. Did they leave from the East Coast? Because a lot of West Coast teams, when they go to London, they leave from the East Coast where they're there already. so it's not as crazy of a jet lag.
Yeah, they stayed in Baltimore
the week before, and then they went over,
yes.
right?
Yeah, they did. They stayed in Baltimore.
Yeah, because that happens. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine if it were up to me, like all of us, right? Like we're just thinking about this. If it were up to me, I would rather just go, have that long day, play the game, and get out of there.
Yeah.
Like,
so would I.
Like going a week early. Now here's the other item with the 49ers. Maybe they want to get away from the substation. So an extra
Heal
week.
up a little bit?
A week of dealing with the time difference and being over there maybe is a benefit. And it's good to get away from the substation next to their practice facility. I don't know. Maybe that's the objective. Maybe that's why they're going to do that.
Come back stronger.
Yeah.
Healthier.
Think about it. That's possible.
I think that all of these teams spend so much money on nutrition and health and their training staff that I'm sure they've brought in sleep experts. And obviously the Rams have done this before. They did this last year, that they've done this before. And their sleep expert, whoever they've brought in to do this, has said, this is the best way. And this is what we think you should do. And obviously it worked for them before. I'm sure that they consulted and thought about this approach. And the 49ers have probably done the same. And their expert told them to do this, and which is why they're also staying in Colorado in parts unknown and getting used to the altitude for Mexico City and for that game. And so their experts have, and listen, these games are so few that you can, especially in the division, like this is a division game. This is a huge game.
Oh, yeah.
Between the 49ers and the Rams in the beginning of the season.
Could be for home field in a playoff game. It could be for making the playoffs. It could be, there could be a lot to this game. Absolutely.
And so you're going to see that this is going to be a huge test. And I'm sure that teams will look at this for the future. And if this is announced that this is a yearly thing, that next season 2 teams are announced and whichever team wins, I'm sure that either both teams will take that approach or one team will decide the other one's approach. I'm honestly surprised that because this is the first time that the NFL hasn't said, hey, we need you both to be there for a few days to kind of do some stuff for the NFL.
I wonder if there was pushback to that, and that's why.
Yeah.
Like, no team, I doubt, even what they're saying publicly, I'm guessing no team was raising their hand to go on this trip.
Nobody wants to do this.
So no one wants to do it. So to then say, on top of going on this trip, you also have to go a week early and have all these non-football commitments that no one else in the league has getting ready for the season.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it was, we're just happy that the 2 teams are going.
49ers, you got to come in. George Kittle's got to fight a kangaroo.
Isn't
like,
that
we got to do a bunch of stuff, man.
Isn't that you talked about the Hall of Fame game tonight, and you don't want to hear from the past players? Isn't that what this trip is for? Right? Like send the 49er greats, Ram greats.
Yes.
You know, send them on behalf of the NFL. Like that. The NFL does a great job of promoting the former players and being at events for fans and doing all that stuff.
But do if you're trying to expand the game, I don't know if Australians that you're trying to get, do they care about that, or do they want to see?
They just want to see the game.
They want to see the current players.
Flip it this way, right? Throughout the summer here on the show, we talked to Raj and we gave him our opinion on world soccer throughout the summer, right?
Yeah.
The World Cup was in the United States and people paid attention and it was fun. European soccer clubs take American tours every summer. They come over here and they play their friendlies and then they go back and they start their season in Europe. All the clubs do this. I think Aston Villa was recently over here. I think
Liverpool was just here in Chicago.
Liverpool was in Chicago. Leeds United was over here. There, a bunch of different clubs were here over in the United States. Those aren't even real games. Those are friendlies. Do the people who are here care at all if Leeds United or Liverpool send over greats from the past a week early before the match? I don't.
No.
That stuff has been activated in the city that we live and broadcast from, and I don't care about it.
No.
All I care about is the actual game, if it's a real game. Since the games that are being played over here are friendlies, it doesn't matter to me. The thing that grows the sport is the real product.
Are the actual players who probably won't either come in for like the second half or something like that.
So my point is, the friendlies that the European clubs go on here in the States, I don't think they really do much. I think last year that Real Madrid played at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor?
Yeah.
And
maybe.
it was like a big deal because they had like 100,000 people in Ann Arbor for that match. Like that's cool, but it's also a friendly. It's an exhibition.
Yeah.
The NFL is sending a real game with real stakes on the line to open the season over there. That's all you got to do. You don't need the other stuff.
But that's
Send
my point.
a real game where the players are trying because it has impact on how the season will play out.
That's my point.
That's what matters.
You would think that the NFL would want the teams to get there, especially the first time. I could understand second, third. Like London has just become a thing now. Like every year, there's 3-4 games there, right? Like it doesn't. It's just whatever now. That the first time you would want, especially if you're sending two good teams, like two of your best teams in the NFL over there, that you would want them to get there a little bit early so you could have them participate in some of the events around the city where the game is taking place. That you would want them to be at some meet and greet, whatever you have them doing, you would want them there. Because again, they don't care about 49er greats or Ram greats of the past. They want to see the current players. Like if Myles Garrett or Aaron Donald is going to show up, like that's what people care about.
Yeah. The best of the best.
Yeah,
the best
like
players.
if George
That's what
Kittle's going to show up, that's what people care about.
That's what grows the sport.
Yeah.
You can always text the show at 310-840-4910 from the 443. Guys, this Sunday is the last Sunday without an NFL football game until late February. Football is back, both for the NFL and college. Derek in Baltimore with the text. Shout out, Derek. Thanks for listening every day, my man.
Love it.
How about that?
I love it.
This Sunday is the last Sunday that we will not have any football on it.
I love it.
How about that? Until the end of February. Boy, that's outstanding. It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We will go over and under with Raj coming up, and we will talk about a wide receiver that got a new deal yesterday. A lot of cash for this wide receiver. We'll tell you about that coming up next.
NFL football is being played this week. The Cardinals and Panthers take the field in the Hall of Fame game tonight. Listen to all of the action here on your radio home of the NFL, Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
Is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Broadcasting each day from the great city of Chicago, it's Bleck and Abdalla on the air until 3 Eastern. Now it's time to go on out to Colorado, parts unknown, and that's where we find Raj Sharon.
And the next question comes from the line of Raj Sharan with Westwood One. Please proceed.
Please proceed. On a Thursday, it's now time to play a little over and under with Raj. What's up, Raj?
What's up, fellas? All right, we are going to start in Charm City, where yesterday, it might have been 2 days ago, Zay Flowers got a new deal. 4 years, $140 million extension with Baltimore. His yards each year have gone up. Last year, he had just over 1,200 yards, but this year, it's new. It's a new offense with Declan Doyle bringing the scent of Ben Johnson with him to Baltimore. So I ask, will Zay Flowers go over or under 1,299 yards? Will he continue that upward progression, get over the 1,300-yard mark now, going into his next season with a new OC, Declan Doyle? What do you say, Abdalla?
I'm going to say under, because I do believe this offense will be good. I do believe that there will be some growing pains, though, just like we saw with Ben Johnson here with Caleb Williams. Like, Caleb Williams didn't get to 4,000 yards. Caleb Williams didn't accomplish anything great. I think that's why there's been some pushback about him being the Madden cover athlete. That's why there's been some pushback about his placement in the tiers and his placement in all these various lists and rankings and everything like that.
There's pushback on Caleb Williams? You don't say.
You don't say.
Really?
And I think that's because he didn't hit certain milestones. So I think, and just the style of offense are these chunk plays, and those are very hit or miss. So while they put pressure on a defense, you might not get the yards that you're looking for all the time. Like, you might end up winning the game, and those might hit at a certain point, but they might not hit like we saw with the Bears until like the end of the game, third quarter, fourth quarter. So I'm going to go under.
All right, I'll answer the question in a second. Put a pin in that. I just had an idea, and I feel like I need to bring it to you guys.
Okay.
So on-air production conversation right now.
Okay.
In the moment. Raj, you said the scent of Ben Johnson. Okay. What if there was like a mock promo of, do you guys remember like all those the like Dior commercials?
They still air, yeah.
With like Natalie Portman,
Yeah,
or like the Johnny Depp ones.
They're still
with
out there, man.
Like Calvin Klein,
Yes.
and there's like the perfumes, right? And the colognes.
Absolutely.
It's a mock off of that, but it's buying a bottle of the scent of, and then it's like Sean McVay, right? Because of all the coaches that were.
As you say that, full disclosure, this was not a completely original joke I made. I heard that, and I can't remember who, so I wish I could give credit. A few years ago, and everybody wanted somebody from Sean McVay, and I remember they were like, "Oh, it's somebody who has the musk of McVay, the smell of McVay." So that's kind of where I got it from.
McVay.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh my God, this person happened to be in the presence of Ben Johnson. So my goodness, he's just going to completely change this offense in Baltimore.
Right. So the 3-pack, right? Funny comes in threes, right? So it would be Sean McVay. It would be Kyle Shanahan, and then it would be Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
And you can buy the scent of. And
And you got to make
that's
the McVay and the
commercial.
Kyle kind of smell similar because like they both learned from Mike Shanahan. So it's kind of like off of a similar perfume tree, or I don't know.
Yes.
How it works. All right, go ahead, Black.
That's what sparked my mind when I heard you say that. So there you go.
You can only get that here. Zay Flowers.
To answer your question, I'm going to go over because I understand what Abdalla said, but they have a quarterback who is much farther along in his development. So Lamar Jackson, even though it's a new offense, and in Chicago with Ben Johnson, it got off to a slow start. You have veteran players, Zay Flowers and Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, who are ready to go. So I think it's going to cook a little quicker than what you saw in Chicago. So I'm going to say over. I think Zay Flowers has a great year.
Okay.
Over.
All right, guys, let's go to Indianapolis, where they've got a brand new deal for Jonathan Taylor. 2 years, it's like up to $47 million. They've spent a lot of money on their offense this offseason. Daniel Jones has a new 2-year, $88 million deal. Alec Pierce has a 4-year, $114 million deal. Abdalla brought this up earlier in the show. It was the highest scoring offense when Daniel Jones was healthy. They averaged just under 29 points a game last year. By the time the season was done, the Rams led the league in scoring at 30.5. So that's where I set the number for the Colts this year, guys. The Colts and this highly paid offense will score over or under 30.5 points per game, Chris Black.
I'm going to go under. Show it to me. Let me see a second season of this before I believe that you will be one of the high-scoring, best offenses in the National Football League. So I will go under that number.
I'm also going to go under. I look at just the schedule that they play, and it's tougher than last season. I mean, we talked about how they got off to a hot start because they were playing easier teams. Not this time. They start with the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Texans. Like, those are 2 to 3 good defenses right off the bat. So we're going to find out right away what this defense or what this offense is made of, and if they can replicate, if Daniel Jones is healthy coming off the Achilles, and if they can replicate what they started off with last season. So I'm also going to go under, just because I don't think that, look, it was great last year, and 7-8 games I don't think is that much of an anomaly, but I don't think they'll be able to replicate it.
All right, guys, next up, it's not often I get to have a question that marries our teams. My Broncos here in parts unknown, your Bears there in the city of Chicago. But it came up here yesterday. Broncos defensive lineman DJ Jones was asked about the sack record that was set by the 1984 Bears. This is what he had to say.
We can break it. We can break the record.
Break the Bears record and all 10 NFL records.
What was that, 72? Yeah, we can break it.
Confident he can break it. A year ago, the Broncos led the NFL with 68 sacks, so they were close. That NFL record from the 1984 Bears is 72. So I ask, fellas, the Bronco defense will record over or under 72.5 sacks this season and break that record. Abdalla?
Under. Come on. If it does happen, I don't think it's going to be the Broncos. If it's going to happen, it's going to be the Texans this year, or it's going to be the Rams this year with Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. Like, no shade, Raj, I'm sorry. But I think it's going to be another team that has better pass rushers. I'm not saying you guys don't have good pass rushers. I'm not saying that. I just think that there are teams that
the
are...
argument for, and I hear you saying, the argument for would be they got those 68 last year that led the league. And you, Abdalla, pointed this out yesterday. For all the fourth quarter comebacks that the Bears had last year, the Broncos relied more on fourth quarter comebacks. So the idea being, hey, Jalen Waddle's here. Maybe we're not having to come from behind as much in the fourth. We'll be able to rush the passer more throughout the game. And that's where we find the extra 4 to 5 sacks to get to the record. Bleck, what do you say?
I'm going to say under just because the level that 85 Bears defense played at, you had 2 Hall of Famers on the edge in Dan Hampton and Richard Dent. You had Steve Mongo McMichael in the middle, also a Hall of Famer. You also had a Hall of Famer at linebacker in Mike Singletary. So, in that front group going after the quarterback, you had 4 Hall of Fame players, all chasing the quarterback, and you had the fridge in the middle as well. So I'm going to say under because I don't see that level of talent. But I'll say this, Raj. I think that there's a chance that the Broncos do lead the league in sacks. I think that they're going to be the team that has the best pass rush. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Singletary, sorry, Chris took us aside for a second, so I will also do that for a second. You
got Bears thoughts?
No. Remember about a month or 2 ago, we had the news of the Bears being the focus of Holiday Touchdown, a Bears love story coming to the Hallmark.
Yes.
So yesterday, it wasn't a full trailer, but they released the Bears that would be involved in the movie. And it was just like a montage.
Let me guess. Can I guess some names?
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I got the list right in front of me.
There was like 20
I got the list right in front of me. Go.
Okay.
Oh, you do?
Let me
check the
guess.
list. Yeah.
Look
let me
on
guess.
your next
Jay
segment
Cutler.
of your rundown, Abdalla. It's right there.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, clearly Abdalla doesn't look at the rundown, Raj.
I did, yeah.
Jeez.
Headline.
Yo,
we know
yeah,
where
yeah,
Bleck and
you do.
Abdalla will be October 17th. Hallmark's
Yes.
Holiday Touchdown, a Bears love story.
Let me guess who's in it. Jay Cutler.
Nope.
Well, see, Cutler's dealing with some love issues of his own, I would admit. No, he's not.
Oh,
No,
really?
no.
Is that news?
No.
You got new information?
No, Cavallari was here in town.
Was she?
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't. Didn't she?
What was she doing?
Was she the one that got PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, to say that he doesn't believe that Babe Ruth is real?
Oh, yeah, I did see that clip.
Was that on her podcast?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
It was
yeah.
Chris and Cavallari.
Yeah.
Way downtown.
Oh, boy.
Hey, man, I was a fan of the show back in the day, so
Yeah.
the whole LC.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
All of them.
Yeah.
The whole hills.
All right, guys.
Raj, so other names. Let me guess.
Yeah, go
Justin
ahead.
Fields?
Fields
no.
will not be sliding
No.
into that movie.
Mitch Trubisky?
No
Okay.
Trubisky truthers. Yeah.
Who's in it?
So it's
Colston
got
Loveland,
Yeah,
Charles
Colston's in it.
Peanut Tillman, Cole Kmet, Mike
All right.
Singletary, Connie Payton,
Oh,
Staley DeBear,
Yeah, the mascot.
Dan Hampton, and head coach Ben Johnson, star in Hallmark's Holiday
I'm very
Touchdown.
surprised
A Bears
that,
Love Story, October 17th on the Hallmark Channel.
Do you guys really believe that the current players they're going to be like in it?
I think it's just like they filmed probably some aside stuff at the facility during the day when they were there.
Raj, did we ever tell you like a month ago on our walk into the NBC Tower, the little plaza that they
were
have
filming
outside? They were filming.
You mentioned it. Yeah.
So they had because the comment was, this looks so stupid because the trees have green leaves on them, but they're pretending that's
Didn't
winter.
You mention
so they
it
have
was
like
also one of the hottest days of the year.
It was like 95 degrees out.
You could be an extra, but you had to stand outside in the heat dressed like it was the winter.
Yeah, you had to have a winter jacket. You had to have a hat. You had to do all that stuff. And they had like decorations out like it was winter.
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, the trees are fully green. They look gorgeous in the middle of summer.
They'll fix that in post, man. They'll fix that in post.
Yeah, that's what AI's for.
All right, let's go to Houston, guys. You just mentioned their defense, but their quarterback is looking for a new contract as well. C.J. Stroud. These were his comments on his contract.
I've been brought to this great city of Houston, when I was 21 years old as a young kid, wet behind the ears, and this city has taught me how to be a man, and, I've made plenty of mistakes, had a lot of successes, but they rooted me on, and I really appreciate being here. So, right now I'm focused on football and letting my agent and our front office handle it, but, everything's moving forward, and, it seems like, everything's moving up. So I'm happy where I am, and I want to be here, as long as I can.
Everything's moving forward. Everything's moving up, according to C.J. Stroud in his contract talks with the Texans. Guys, last week we had a lot of talk about Baker Mayfield, and it seems like the number they were stuck on is 50. They were going to get to over 50. So that's the number I set for C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's next contract will pay him over or under $49.5 million per season. Christopher Bleck.
I'm going to go over. I think he'll play well enough to get that contract, and when the new contract is signed, just by default on the other players in the NFL that are making 50 a year, CJ Stroud will be making 50 a year. I'm guessing it will be slightly above 50, like 52, 53 a year for CJ Stroud.
Yeah, I was going to go 55, right in that range, because I think that, yes, he did turn the ball over a lot in the playoffs. But if you look at his regular season numbers, he didn't turn the ball over a lot in the regular season. And a lot of his bad play in the regular season had to do with his offensive line and his inability to avoid the rush because of that. So I think if they fix that, they address that a little bit, I think that he's better because of that. And as long as he fixes whatever was going on with the turnovers and the sacks during the postseason, he's going to get over. But again, I don't think that he's resetting the market. I think he's getting like 55-ish, right around there, like right what Chris said.
All right, guys, and finally to the NBA, the villain, Dylan Brooks, has a new extension with the Suns, 3 years, $73 million. By the way, did you know he's a clutch guy? The dude who got front row seats to troll the king of clutch, LeBron James, is also a clutch guy. I did not know that until Shams put out his report about the extension. That was kind of interesting. But that's not our question. Our question is, Dylan Brooks will star in over or under 1.5 more videos trolling Shai Gilgeous-Alexander before the expiration of that contract. Adam Abdalla.
Oh, before the expiration of the entire contract? I'm going to say under, because he wants to keep that money. And while he might not have to pay any of it, he want out in court, he doesn't want to have to pay the lawyer fees.
Oh, come on. Over. Let's go over. I think Dylan Brooks is here for it. So I think he will instigate.
He's here for it?
Yes, he's here for it. So I'm going to say over. Yes.
More unethical hoops on the way?
Absolutely. Right. Yes, I agree.
Oops.
Download Underdog now.
Yo, don't download, but...
So we've learned something interesting, though, that I just connected about the villain, Dylan Brooks. A clutch guy who trolled the king of clutch, LeBron James. Also, a Canadian guy who trolled fellow Canadian, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Keep your friends close. Your enemies closer.
Dylan Brooks. He has no allegiance to anything.
That's awesome. Right? No, he doesn't care.
It's great.
He does not care. That's over under for today, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Raj. We appreciate it. Over Under with Raj on a Thursday, hanging out with Bleck Abdalla. Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save on commercial auto insurance from Progressive. Get a fast quote at progressivecommercial.com. Ankles are on full display in Los Angeles. What does that mean? We'll explain coming up next.
The Falcons just locked up running back Bijan Robinson. And now the question shifts north. How long before the Lions reward superstar Jahmyr Gibbs with a deal of his own? Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
All right, there's a new offensive coordinator in the NFL, Mike McDaniel. He's been head coach. He's now the new offensive coordinator for the Chargers. Ankles on full display. What does that mean, Abdalla? He's out there in Los Angeles, ankles on full display.
He either like rolls up his pants and makes them into
capris.
Well, I either call them
manprees,
manprees, or shants.
I don't know if you can say that.
Why can't I say shants? They're short pants.
Easy
shants.
there. Yes, short pants. Yes,
shants.
We've been doing this since you were in short pants.
Okay. All right, buddy.
You always know you get sunned by someone when they say short pants.
I've been doing this since you were in short pants,
I've been doing
kid.
this since you were in short pants,
Since you were in short pants, kid.
Yes.
Or he wears like joggers that are tight up around, and he'll pull them up.
Yes,
so
he
they're
does.
like up around his high up around his calf.
Yes. So Mike McDaniel, he opened his press conference yesterday indoors, talking to the media in Los Angeles.
I'm really excited to be here. I'm not excited that I'm completely unprepared for an indoor press conference, as I'm wearing sunglasses inside. They're prescription.
What is going on? What?
Yeah. No, actually, you know what? My glasses, my transition lenses are failing right now, so I meant to have not sunglasses on. But yes, that's exactly what I was going for.
You don't bring a backup pair of regular glasses?
It's kind of cumbersome. I do.
What is this start to the press conference?
I love it.
When I'm prepared. So, like, I have a nice handoff with normal glasses before I'm, at the Bolt from our wonderful PR team.
I love this.
Joshua. But today, not so much. I'm prepared for practice, though, which I think is better news. And Ron Burgundy wasn't lying. This place is sweet.
How'd you feel like first?
I love it.
Is he okay?
Yes. Yes, he is. And he's perfect.
You know what
He's
it reminds me
perfect.
of?
He's
It reminds me
perfect.
a lot of, do you remember when Russell Wilson was out there and he was asked about calling plays off his wristband? And he didn't want the media or the public to know that he calls plays off his wristband. And so he's stuttering all over himself. Do you remember that?
With no offense to you, you could not be more wrong.
I'm offended.
Okay, that's fine. I've been doing this since you were in short pants.
But I think, won a lot of games there with
This is Russell Wilson.
that one on the wrist. Put it, and I didn't know winning or losing mattered if you wore a wristband or not. But I think that, do whatever it takes to make sure that we're rolling and moving and everything else. The few times I've definitely worn a wristband, depending on the game plan and what we have called and all that stuff. But
I mean, they sound the same.
Yeah, that's fine.
They sound
difference,
the exact same.
That's fine. But there's a huge difference. Huge difference.
Failing right now, so I meant to have not sunglasses on.
Huge difference.
Yes? That's exactly what I was going for.
You don't bring
Okay, so what's the difference? Explain it to me.
Here's the difference.
What do you have?
One man could not care less about what is happening in front of him with the media. Oh, you want to make your Tony Stark jokes? Yeah, I don't. Sometimes there's a handoff between me and the PR, and they give me the regular glasses.
First
and
of all,
I do
but
this.
he's not being like he's not being rude about it.
I understand that. I understand. His only focus is ball, and offense.
Loves ball.
One man,
dude loves ball.
Is
man.
getting ready.
He loves ball
to call what could be the best offense in the NFL this year, and one man sounds flustered, flabbergasted. And
who is
unprepared.
Who is who? Let's take a listen. Here's Russell Wilson years ago talking about his wristband.
I don't know exactly what he said, but I think won a lot of games there without one on the wrist. Put it, winning.
I'm so confused. Why do they know? Why do they know that I wear a wristband to call plays? They can't know that I'm a fraud. Come on, I'm Mr. Quarterback. And then the other is...
I'm really excited to be here. I'm not excited that I'm completely unprepared for an indoor press conference, as I'm wearing sunglasses inside.
So that's the other angle.
See, and I love it. He doesn't care. I'm not prepared for this. I don't care about your press conference.
Yes.
He cares. I'll be respectful. I'll answer your questions.
Yeah.
I want to get outside for practice. I'm here to ball. I'm here to call ball. That couldn't make me happier. Now back in on the Chargers.
Oh, now you're back in.
Back in on the Chargers. Back in on the Chargers.
Madison Beer
was out.
Running her fingers through Justin Herbert's hair.
Thought I was out. Once I thought I was out.
Back in.
They pulled me back in.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
And that's Nick Costos. He asked that question today. We had a lively discussion about this, trying to figure this out for Justin Herbert.
Do women find Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
He pulled me back in.
Pulled you back in. I mean, you're right. Now you're back in because ball. Because of ball.
Because I knew that this combination would be awesome. The McDaniel-Harbaugh combination, the weirdest in sports and the best in sports. Because they don't care about, I'm going to say weird stuff.
In sports.
And all I care about is that clipboard in front of me and running plays, dude. I don't care.
Ball, the weirdest in sports. It's all that matters. Yes.
So I know who Madison Beer
Costos.
is. Is she a pop star? Does she have any songs that anyone knows?
I don't know.
I don't know
I think she has one.
I don't know.
I remember hearing one on the radio a while back.
Beats me.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think she's of the level of. She's not Sabrina Carpenter.
I couldn't believe her last name was Beer.
I don't even know that she's Gracie Abrams.
So, according to my information, guys, her highest peak song was called Bittersweet. It hit number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100. So,
yeah,
she hit
her real last name
she
Beer?
hit the list,
Yeah, Beer.
but it wasn't like Choosing Texas 16 weeks at number one either.
Well, no, she's no Ella Langley. I mean, come on.
Her real last
Do
name
women
is
find
Beer.
Justin Herbert to be very attractive?
Raj, your thoughts? Costos' question.
Justin Herbert, to me, I do not consider him to be a particularly attractive guy. He is tall. I do give him credit for the hair, but no, I'm not going to give him the grades. I think Abdalla kind of nailed it earlier when he was talking about levels of things, and I would be with you on that one, Adam.
Yes, he is tall.
The large male.
There you go. Thank you, Raj. It's Bleck Abdalla
If
here
you
on
worked at a
Westwood One
Wetzel's
Sports.
Pretzels, down by the boardwalk, I think it'd be another
Westwood
guy.
One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
That's right, Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app, Sirius XM channel 375, and all of our great radio affiliates around the country. I'm Chris Bleck, along with Adam Abdalla, broadcasting live from the great city of Chicago. On the air until 3 Eastern, then we'll hand it off to Jim Rome right here on Westwood One Sports. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. Football is back today. This evening, we have the Hall of Fame game this evening, 8 Eastern on NBC television. Carolina and Arizona face off in the first preseason game of the year. And here we go. We're off and running, and we finally have football that's back being played today. I get it. Starters are not starting. You get backups playing. You get Carson Beck out there for the Cardinals, a third-round pick. We'll see how he fares tonight. Kenny Pickett will be the starter for the Panthers. And so it'll be good to have football back on TV this evening.
Look, up until, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, we thought that Carson Beck might be the starter for this team because of a holdout. So he got all the first-team reps. I mean, the idea is if he can prove something, he's not going to be the starter, but I think that there is some intrigue in this. I think it's just good to have football back on TV, and it means that we're getting closer and closer and closer to the start of the season. You know, the Hall of Fame enshrinement is this weekend. And next weekend, and starting next week, you get the full slate of preseason games. Some starters will play. You get to see how long guys will play for, some of that stuff. So that's when it really starts to get in rhythm and you start to feel the real preseason start.
Yeah, but it's good to get it back. It'll be on TV tonight. We can all watch, and there you go. So we have the Hall of Fame game this evening. You can listen to it also on Westwood One Sports. So 8 Eastern, the Hall of Fame game, Panthers and the Cardinals. Abdalla here on Bleck Abdalla. We will also have this hour, we will have our Bleck and Abdalla's Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. Yes, that's right. That's taking place today. Yep.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
See, there we go. Today. We will have that this hour in about 20 minutes. We will have that fantasy draft for you right here on Bleck and Abdalla, because we take fantasy football seriously and we take preseason football seriously.
We had our top men and women, our top people,
top person,
our top people
right on top of it.
Our top people working on that production.
Yep, he was all over it.
Top men working on that production.
Don't patronize Raj like that. This is good work.
Patronize or patronize?
Patronize? This is great quality work from Raj.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
That's great. That's amazing work.
You have so much
Shout
work
out,
into
Raj.
that.
Top
Professional grade.
Abdalla's making fun of you, but I am supporting
Marconi
you.
submission right there.
I think that's great. See, there you go. That's awesome. I think we deserve an award for that.
If I struggle in the draft, it's because I spent too long working on the production, and I will blame that if I lose.
In the mail.
I knew Abdalla was going to see. Abdalla was biting his tongue, Raj, because we won an award. When we were on the air in Chicago, we won an award, and then we never received said award.
I was going to ask, can you show it?
Yes.
Can I see it?
We never received the award. So what was it? It was the best duo in the state of Illinois. I think that's what we won. We never received the award.
Guys, it may be time to win another one, and that might be coming here in this.
Yeah, with this piece of production, this hot production.
Spoon.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
Yes. So we have that tonight. We will have the fantasy draft for the Hall of Fame game coming up in about 15 minutes from right now. Now it's time to look towards the start of the NFL season, though. We're counting down the days. And each day here on the show, it's a segment we like to call the Summer of Football.
I proclaim this the Summer of
Football!
What the hell's going on out here? We're going to be here all day, baby. I like this kind of party. Only Brett Favre could do that. I don't care what you say.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Just keep matriculating the ball down the field, boys.
We need a National Guard. We need as many men as you can spare because we are killing the Patriots.
The Summer of Football with Bleck and Abdalla.
I throw, you catch. It's not that hard, okay?
Westwood One Sports, your home for the NFL. You can listen to the Hall of Fame game tonight and also the season opener, which is now 34 days away.
Oh.
So the summer is winding down. We have 34 days until the start of the NFL season.
Matriculating our way through the summer.
All right, Abdalla. So our topic for the Summer of Football today is when we look at quarterbacks, how do quarterbacks affect the spread each week in the National Football League? Yahoo Sports has the article up, and the rankings on Yahoo Sports. Odds makers rank all 32 NFL starting quarterbacks by point spread value. Josh Allen is number one, and Abdalla, this is how the list goes. This is on Yahoo Sports, the quarterbacks, how they affect the point spreads around the NFL.
Yeah, you got Josh Allen, number one. Obviously, he's actually over a touchdown, which is crazy. 7.23, round down, it's a touchdown for Josh Allen. Coming in at number two, no surprise. These are kind of how, like, the rankings go with quarterbacks. Like, it's not surprising that Patrick Mahomes comes in at number two, just over 6 points. Matthew Stafford comes in at number three, just over 6 points as well. Drake May, number four, behind Matthew Stafford, just under 6 points. His backup is Tommy DeVito. Number five, Lamar Jackson. This is also talks about how good or bad the backup quarterback is too. So obviously Drake May to Tommy DeVito is a pretty big drop off. At least Vegas believes that this is a pretty big drop off between Drake May and Tommy DeVito. Then you've got Lamar Jackson at number 5, Tyler Huntley. We've seen him come in and be able to run the offense pretty decent. Justin Herbert comes in at number 6. Trey Lance is his backup, just under 6 points as well. So if Justin Herbert were to get injured and miss a game, that spread would drop 6 points. Dak Prescott, 6 points as well, about 5.5 points, closer to 6 points to Sam Howell. Jalen Hurts tied at 8 with Jalen Hurts and Jared Goff. Jalen Hurts and Tanner McKee, his backup, Jared Goff and Teddy Bridgewater, right around 5.25, so we'll round down and call it 5 points. Jordan Love and Tyrod Taylor, that's your top 10. Jordan Love and his backup, Tyrod Taylor, is your top 10. Jordan Love is worth 5 points to the spread.
Yeah, and when you look at this and you're gambling from week to week, you and I gamble on DraftKings, promo code Bleck Abdalla, BNA26, shout out. When you're looking at it, right, like obviously if a starting quarterback's not there, the line is not going to be the same. I think when you look at the list, the things to point out is like which quarterbacks affect the spread the most, right? And obviously it's the best quarterbacks in the NFL. The name that is, I think, the most surprising at the top of the list, it's not that Josh Allen's 1 or Mahomes is 2 and Stafford's 3. It's that Drake May is number 4.
Mm-hmm.
That is surprising that people in Vegas and looking at the spreads and how it affects that, Drake May is ahead of Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, some accomplished quarterbacks. There's also a name that's on the list that is way lower than you usually see, and that name would be Joe Burrow at 12. Joe Burrow at 12 is surprising.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to the backup, and there's some commentary from some of these odds makers that the article spoke to, and it said, quote, it almost feels insulting to Burrow for him not to be higher, but this is more a compliment to Joe Flacco and how he looked like he still had something in the tank and was solid enough of a game manager to keep this team in the game. I mean, he threw in a game, I believe it was against the Bears last year. He threw for over like 500 yards against the Bears. And so you look at that, and it's more of a compliment to the backup of Joe Flacco than it is a negative against Joe Burrow. And that's why he's low. So like we've talked at length yesterday too about Brock Purdy and how we don't believe that Brock Purdy is that great, or as puts up a ton of numbers. That's great for him. But also when he was out, Mac Jones went 5-3. Brock Purdy comes in at number 20, only worth 3 points to the San Francisco 49ers against the spread, because we saw Mac Jones went 5-3. So when Brock Purdy's out, we saw that when Mac Jones comes in, it's not that big of a difference. It's only worth 3 points to the spread. So that's why he's ranked behind guys like Geno Smith and CJ Stroud and Bo Nix and Baker Mayfield. So it's not surprising, even though we see Brock Purdy put up huge numbers.
Yeah, and I think that's where some of the conversations around which quarterbacks are like, are they subpar? Are they just average starters? I think that's where this conversation goes into it, right? Like Brock Purdy and Mac Jones ranked at number 20. You continue down the list, number 23, you have Daniel Jones. Well, Daniel Jones just got a brand new contract, right? And so Daniel Jones and Riley Leonard, okay, so not much of a difference. 24, you have the Vikings with Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy. I think another team that's kind of notable as you kind of go down the list, all of the teams where the quarterback battles are taking place, right? Raiders, Browns, Cardinals, Falcons. Those are the 4 worst. But then also it's like we know that whoever is starting for either of those teams is not a good situation.
No.
Like whoever wins that quarterback job for the Raiders, Browns, Cardinals, Falcons. Raiders a little different, I guess, because Mendoza will be someone that you're growing with. So, like, it's okay that is the difference, that it's ranked 29th in the NFL right now, the quarterback position against the spread and the difference. But when you look at the Browns, the Cardinals, and the Falcons, whoever wins the starting job for all 3 of those teams, you're not good. Whoever the starter is.
Yeah.
Like,
it's not a good situation.
Take offense to whoever that is,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Whatever, backup starter, whoever. The quarterbacks are not good.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think that one of the guys is going to beat out the other and be the starter, it doesn't matter. Against the spread, neither quarterback really matters for those teams.
No, it doesn't. And I think too, if you look at, how the mighty have fallen, some of these guys too. Look at number 21, Aaron Rodgers. A guy who used to be right up there, worth 7 points, a guy who you would say, if I needed a guy for one single game, not for longevity, like obviously if I'm starting a franchise or anything like that, but if I needed a guy for one game because of his football brain, his ability to, throw on the run and roll out of the pocket and all that kind of stuff, he's only worth 3 points now. And here's a quote. I don't think he's good anymore. He's going to go in and have a couple of good games? Sure. Can he get away from anyone? Not anymore. So I think that right now, the drop-off from Aaron Rodgers and who we presume is going to be Mason Rudolph, at least that's what Vegas thinks is Mason Rudolph is going to be his backup. The drop-off is only 3 points when a few years ago, it would have easily been 6 to 7 points for sure.
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he definitely was. And then that's how good of a quarterback he was. But the thing with Aaron Rodgers, at this point of his career, he doesn't throw down the field.
No.
I don't know how many times you have to kind of explain it to people when you look at quarterback play. If you're unwilling to stretch the field, you're not very good.
I wonder how much this changes number 24. If you look at it, Kyler Murray to J.J. McCarthy, it's only worth 3 points. If Kyler wins the job and the first 2 games looks really good, how much that'll change? Because it's kind of an unknown right now, right?
I think that's the one team where it could be potential. I also think 26 could be interesting. The Saints with Tyler Shuck and Spencer Rattler.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Shuck being pretty decent this year. And I wonder if as the season goes, he develops and turns into a decent quarterback, if that number changes as well.
What's surprising to me down there, you're looking at Tyler Shuck at 26, 28.
Yep.
Cam Ward to Mitchell Trubisky, only worth 2 points. Cam Ward only being worth 2 points. Now, look, it wasn't a good situation last year. Obviously, you had to bring in a new head coach. You're bringing in Brian Dable to be the offensive coordinator. You're trying to develop a young quarterback. But at the same time, you would think that a guy, everybody knows who Mitchell Trubisky is at this point, a guy who didn't work out for the Bears. He was a backup for the Bills for a while. He's got familiarity with Dable's system.
Solid
so he
backup.
knows. Solid backup. But you would think that Cam Ward being a first overall pick would be worth more than 2 points if he were to miss a game going to a backup.
All right, so against the spread from Yahoo Sports, the quarterbacks that would have the largest drop-off in points against the spread if they were not playing, Josh Allen 1, Patrick Mahomes 2, Matthew Stafford 3, Drake May 4, Lamar Jackson 5. So those are the top 5. The article is on Yahoo Sports. And there you go. The summer of football. Day 34, Abdalla.
Wow.
Of the summer of football. Isn't that amazing that we are already here?
So close.
Yes, we are. Here on Bleck and Abdalla, we have sleuths who help us out with the Zoo News, right? You've got Zoo News sleuths.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
We also have individuals who are sitting around every day watching QVC. We have individuals who sit there and watch QVC, and when they see something that the Bleck and Abdalla show could use on QVC, it's like the home shopping network, right? We've got a group of little old ladies who are sitting there in the room watching QVC, and they alert Bleck and Abdalla when something takes place.
I'm proud of them.
Yeah.
We need a name for them.
Yeah, you can figure that out.
Okay.
The last time they alerted us to something that was funny on QVC, this took place.
I had tassels on my pasties.
Yeah, a lady called in, and she said she had.
I had tassels on my pasties.
Yes, absolutely. They alerted us again today, Abdalla, as we go to QVC. Now, here's the setup on QVC from what is taking place for the video, the audio that I will play in just a moment. She has hair product, and she's showing off her hair. She's got the back of her head showcasing on camera to the camera to show off the back of her haircut. The lady does.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 ladies on the set, and when I play the audio, she is showing off her haircut to the viewers at home watching QVC today. Take a listen.
I love to show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a at your blowout at your salon. Oh my God. And it looks beautiful.
All right, so here's what's happening today. We're having a huge beauty sale. Everything ships to you for free, but that goes away at the end of the day. I will remind you that this is a one-time only price, where the price goes up at the end of the show.
Her co-host battled through. She fought
Props
through
to
it.
her, man.
What?
First of all, props to her. Shout out to her. The host knew exactly what she said the second she said it. You can.
Oh, yeah. And then her co-host with the, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
In the background.
I love to show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a at your blowout at.
At that moment, she knew she was cooked.
Second of all, where is this salon and are they accepting new customers?
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
What? I am in need of a...
Your salon.
The whisper, oh my God, from her co-host is the best.
It's live, man. You can't do anything.
It looks beautiful.
You're just on an island, man.
All right, so here's what's happening today. We're having a huge beauty sale.
What's
Everything
happening?
ships to you for free,
Tell
but
us.
that goes away at the end of the day. I will remind you that this is a one-time only price, where the price goes up at the end of the show.
And the lady that said that, she just like walks off camera.
Yeah, you think? You think?
Salon. And
the whisper, oh my God, under her breath.
Oh,
isn't that amazing?
That's insane.
Shout out to our QVC viewers that are letting the Bleck Abdalla show know when there's something amazing that takes place on
I think we should
Home
call them
Shopping Network.
So we've got our Zoo News sleuths.
Yeah, what do you want to call them?
Our QVC gumshoes.
I love to show the texture and this wave pattern. Again, it looks like you went and got a at your blowout at your salon.
Trying to schedule an appointment.
And it looks...
A gumshoe is an old-fashioned slang term for a private detective.
Yes.
So
it
I
is.
think because of usually the average age of a QVC viewer,
wow,
I think we should go with a gumshoe.
All right, there it is. It's Bleck Abdalla. The American Red Cross needs blood donors now. Make your appointment today. Visit redcrossblood.org. Use the blood donor app or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Coming up next, we have the Bleck Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. That's next.
Packers star Micah Parsons says an October return date against the Cowboys is realistic. Imagine that. His first game back against the team that traded him away.
People are worried about the knee.
Will Parsons be ready to pack a payback punch?
They should be worried about how I'm going to play when I get back.
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will be in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
Boy, how lucky are we? This is the main event. This is why this show is here today. That's right. The Hall of Fame game is tonight, 8 Eastern, Westwood One Sports. You can listen to the game. You can listen to every major NFL game right there on Westwood One Sports, including the NFL playoffs and the Super Bowl. And tonight it gets started with the Hall of Fame game. And here on Bleck and Abdalla, we are going to participate in the very first Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. That's right.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
There we go. Yes. So it's Bleck, Abdalla, Raj. We will have our fantasy football Hall of Fame game fantasy draft right here on the show. The first show in the country to do so, by the way.
Okay, all right.
There's no other show in America or New Zealand that will have this segment today.
What about Australia? They may have it there.
They might have it there, but not in New
They're
Zealand.
getting ready for football, so hopefully
Yes.
they're watching preseason action.
So we will conduct this Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. That's right. So what are we doing? How does this work?
Who has the first?
Who
has the first pick?
What's going on here, Raj?
I guess
How
we
many
should
rounds and who has the first pick?
This is a highly produced national broadcast. All right, we're gonna figure this out. Give me one sec here, guys.
Shouldn't we have done this before the?
No,
I mean,
no, we're asking too much. All right, here we go.
We had other things.
Hold on.
All right,
we're on YouTube.
Hold on.
YouTube.com/@Bleck and Abdalla.
We had other things on the mind.
I love to show the texture and this wave pattern.
Yeah.
Again, it looks like you went and got a a blowout at your salon.
Yes, at your salon. Yes, at your salon. Raj,
still looking for an appointment there.
We need a draft order, so we're going to go to our friend co-pilot here. Hi, co-pilot. Can you please create a random fantasy draft order for these names?
There's
Abdalla,
3 of us,
Bleck,
Raj. Pull a name out of a hat.
Thank you, co-pilot, for everything you do for us. Here we go, guys. Here's the order. Oh, it's going. It needs a moment. It says, give me a moment. Here we go.
Why does it
got
need
the
a
number
moment?
1 pick. Let's go.
Wow. Shocking.
Number 1 pick.
Shocking. Raj gets the number 1 pick.
It says
you
randomize
thank
the
you.
draft
Yeah,
order.
what a shock.
1 Raj, 2 Abdalla,
Yep.
3 Bleck. Good luck with the fantasy draft, and thank you for
Who's
the
even
kind
playing?
words.
All right.
All right, so here we go, guys. We are now
before we
to
start,
do this.
what are the rules here? Ground rules, Raj. What are we doing?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Okay, all right, fine. You guys aren't going to be happy with my selections.
Okay,
I'm telling you right now. My team's going to win, but you guys aren't going to be.
Okay, Raj, you go first, I guess. Pick a guy, any guy.
Pick a
Well,
guy.
he's not any guy. I put work into this, okay? I actually prepared. I reached out to our good friend, Josh Graham, friend of the show.
You called him a little guy.
You said he was little.
I did, which I
Hope
don't
you
know
heard
why.
that.
He's just a good friend. Oh, by the way, I got the very official, well-produced draft order up
The
on the
Bleck
screen.
and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fan Tessie draft.
Okay, so the first pick
Look at the sheet.
is me. The second pick is
The Hall of Fame
Abdalla,
game fan
and
Tessie
the
draft.
third pick is Bleck. All right, we got that ready. All right.
Are you? So right now, if you go to our YouTube channel,
Raj just
Bleck
has a
and Abdalla
Word
show.
document up.
Raj is just sharing his screen with the chat.
I hope you don't have any tabs up that
Yeah.
people shouldn't see, Raj.
Make sure that
No,
you
no,
got
no. It's
all
only
your
up and up
tabs
here.
secured.
This is very
there.
official.
Make sure you have all the
well-produced
hubs
here.
closed that people shouldn't pay attention to.
Raj.
No,
We know
all
that
very
we
well-
bore you throughout the show, and you might take a
got,
look.
He's got Minesweeper up.
No, none of that here. All right, fellas, I reached out to our friend Josh Graham. He is a Panthers fan, and he suggested I select with the first pick, Jasim Reed. All I know is he's out of San Diego, and he wears number 86, and he is going to win this fantasy draft for me with the first overall pick in the Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy draft. I select Panthers, I think receiver, Jasim Reed.
Okay.
Let's go.
I think.
Lock it up.
I love the I think
All right.
as a part of it. Okay, all right.
Is it my turn?
First pick's in.
Abdalla,
Okay.
you are on the clock.
it.
All right.
Love it.
I'm going to pick a guy that I recognize
Okay.
because he went to Alabama.
tied.
John Mechie III.
Oh, John Mechie.
Yeah, he is also
Sure.
he's a wide receiver on the Panthers.
Is he playing tonight?
We'll find out.
Okay.
You'll
all right.
find out because you're charting these for us.
And
Raj is right now.
No. You'll find out if he's playing tonight.
We don't know that. The final pick of the Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy draft belongs to Christopher Black.
How many rounds are we doing?
One round.
1 round.
Oh, one round?
Not snaking this. Yeah, this is it.
Wow.
Easy.
Wow. Okay, so I had
The
3
amount of work
options.
I had to put into this so far, guys, I only had enough in the tank for one round.
We could have taken so many other players.
I've got 3. So I prepped. I lied, Raj. I actually did prep.
I know you.
I've got 3 options.
You're disgusting.
I've got 3 options. Why I'm competitive and I want to beat you guys.
He's going Minshew.
I've got 3 players. Now I've got to figure out how much impact in tonight's game we will have from these 3 players so I can beat you. How much impact these 3 will have on this evening. Do you guys just want my pick or do you want to know what else I'm considering? I'm going to go.
Pick.
My official pick, I will go with Mike Tomlin.
Solid
You
pick.
suck.
Mike
Solid
Tomlin.
Pick. No, I got to give it to him. That was a solid pick.
I'm going to go with Mike Tomlin. It's
He
an
understood the
NBC
assignment.
broadcast.
Yeah.
He will be on the set. I think I've got a player here. Mike Tomlin.
I
Mike Tomlin's my pick.
My cap, Chris Bleck, this was your first ever preseason draft. You understood the assignment well.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
First of all,
Thank you.
First of all, reach.
Thank you. What do you mean reach? He's going to be a star tonight.
He's going to see the bright lights and be camera shy.
No, you're asking for a choke job?
I'm just telling you.
Easy. Tomlin's going to be great tonight.
Okay.
All right.
So there we have it.
Just one round.
He's no Tony Dungy.
Jasim Reed, I think he's a receiver for Carolina. That is per Josh Graham. Abdalla goes with John Mechie. The third. Mechie, that's the second pick. And Bleck goes with Mike Tomlin. That does it. We will go through the results tomorrow and have a winner. And then the fun picks up next week. This is almost like week 0 of the preseason, guys. This thing really ramps up when we got multiple preseason games to pick from and the pool expands.
Can't wait. There it is. There's
there
the
go,
Hall of Fame game fantasy draft as the game is tonight.
There you go. Come on. Welcome to the
Bleck and Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
draft.
Yes. All right, so there you go. You don't like my Mike Tomlin pick, huh?
No.
Do you want to know the other options I researched?
Who else were you considering? Who else was on the call?
I was going to go with
Carrie Underwood.
Broadcast shots of bronze busts.
Ooh, not bad.
How many times they show bronze busts on the show tonight? I think that there's going to be a lot of PPR action for that. And then I was going to go with Terry McAuley, the rules analyst. Because I'm sure that they're going to go to the rules analyst a few times to explain the new rules. Thank you.
Let me give you some credit here. For once, you out Abdalla'd the Abdalla.
Thank you.
Out Abdalla.
Thank you.
For once,
You did.
I'll give you some credit here. You
out
Abdalla'd.
You're so mad right now that you didn't think of this.
No, it's not that I didn't think of it. It's that you can't quantify how stupid this is. Because once the game broadcasts start, you're not going to see Tomlin. So you probably should have gone with Larry Fitzgerald or Drew Brees or Adam Vinatieri or even Roger Craig, who's
just
alive?
Video recaps of bronze busts. That was going to be one of my picks.
Alive.
Kenny Pickett goes undrafted. Carson Beck goes undrafted. Gardner Minshew goes undrafted.
We're trying to pay attention to the real stuff, Rod.
Yeah, they better score. I've picked the over today.
But you guys
Go to
know,
DraftKings, promo
you
code
guys know
DNA26.
for a fact that Tirico and Collinsworth tonight are going to bring in the rules analyst. He's going to explain the new rules.
He's got to explain the new
Tomlin.
kickoff.
You went Tomlin. That was a little bit more high risk, high reward. Abdalla could be right. The bright lights. First Tomlin.
I think Tomlin's going to be a star tonight. I think he's going to be ready to coach up some ball.
You think he's going to give his best stuff for the preseason?
No, but I think he's going to be a natural, so I'm going with Tomlin.
I'm surprised they're even dusting him off for the preseason.
There you go. There's the Bleck Abdalla Hall of Fame game fantasy
Normally,
draft.
you don't let your primetime players out in the preseason.
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole crew's going to be there, though.
I understand that. But normally, you make your debut when the regular season starts.
Yeah, so tonight, the Hall of Fame game, 8 Eastern, NBC, the Panthers and the Cardinals. It's Bleck and Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can call or text the show at 310-840-4910. We were discussing it and looking forward to the game tonight, Abdalla. And I think it's not like there's actual schematics I'm looking for tonight. I just like that football is back on TV. And we can watch it tonight. And obviously, with the first preseason game kicking off tonight, then we're just like one more step closer to the actual season starting.
Yeah, it's part 2 of Football is Back. The first part was when all of the teams had reported to training camp. That was Football is Back part 1. This is Football is Back part 2. Part 3 will be the college football kickoff. That is Football is Back part 3. And then finally, we will complete Football is Back part 4 when the NFL actually kicks off for real. That is part 4 of Football is Back. So we've reached the halfway point of Football is Back.
Yes. There's a lot of Football is Back.
There is, yes.
Did you see this story out of Philadelphia yesterday? A Phillies fan won an auction, and the prize that he won was to call an inning of baseball on the radio. Do you see this story? I believe it's 94 WIP in Philadelphia,
Shout out.
home of the Phillies. Last night, take a listen to this. You have not heard this yet.
I haven't.
It's incredible.
Full disclosure.
He got to call an inning of baseball. This is just a fan. I believe he's a teacher. Yes. He's a substitute teacher. He won an auction, gets to call the play-by-play of an inning of baseball. The Phillies lost 10-4 to the Nats last night, but he got to call the third inning. So take a listen to this. The Phillies broadcast.
We are headed to the third inning. Phillies on top 2-1, and we're pleased to welcome Lewis Kalb from Medford Lakes, New Jersey. He is our Phillies fantastic auction winner. He outbid the competition to spend an inning and do some play-by-play in the booth. And Lewis, welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, Scott. It's a thrill to be here. It's a lifelong dream to be in the Phillies broadcast booth. So here we go. Painter with the first pitch to Ortiz. It's in there for strike one call.
How about that? That's from the auction winner.
No.
You think it's fake?
No, he's either 90 years old.
Well, he's probably an older gentleman. Yes. But did you hear how smooth he said thank you? Oh, yeah. Right into the call. First pitch strike on the outside.
I'm looking. I got to find video of this now. But there's radio. There's no video, so it's radio, right?
Yeah, it's just radio.
The bottom of the second to take the lead.
Listen how smooth he is
As we
with
start
it.
at the top of the third, now Painter delivers. It's bounced foul towards the Phillies dugout. And they count 1-1. Phillies winning the first two games of this series.
See?
One more to go tomorrow night,
Setting
and
it
then
all
a
up.
three-game set with the Blue Jays over the weekend. Now Painter delivers. It's a check swing. It's a called strike three. He got him.
How about that? That's not professional. That was a guy that won an auction.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Doesn't he say he sounds like a major league broadcaster?
Yeah, he does.
Isn't that incredible?
I need to know if he's doing like what was that character's name? Brockmeyer. Like a voice, like Hank Azaria. Like
you don't think that's his real voice?
Well, I don't know. It sounds like he's like, if you were to do...
He's so smooth with it. There's no way that's not his real voice.
If you were to do a voice of an announcer, that's the voice you would do.
Hey, welcome in. It's Bleck Abdalla.
That's the
top of the third inning.
That's the voice you would do. Someone was like...
Abdalla's at the dish.
Yes, that's the voice you would do.
Raj is on the mound, and here comes the first pitch.
That's the voice you would do.
Ball low and outside. Not a surprise with Abdalla.
With Raj. Raj is doing the pitching.
To spend an inning and do some play-by-play in the booth.
Take a listen
Lewis,
to this.
Welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, Scott. It's a
Wait, what? Listen to how smooth he is. Right into the first pitch.
thrill to be here. It's a lifelong dream to be in the Phillies broadcast booth. So here we go. Painter with the first pitch to Ortiz. It's in there for strike one call.
He sounds like an older guy.
No way.
Isn't
that
that great?
This story is faker than Freddie. No way. Wow. No way that this dude is an auction.
You think it's fake?
You
don't think it's a real story?
I don't think it's real. If Freddie's not real, this isn't real. There's
so you
no
don't
way.
think this is a real story?
No, I think he's a plant. Like there's no one walks off the street with that smooth of a delivery as that dude did.
So you think the entire thing is a plant? What's the end goal? To get more people listening to Phillies broadcasts?
No, the end goal is to not have a horrible inning. The end goal is you get some guy who used to be a broadcaster, and like you're like, hey, guess what? We're gonna say you won the auction.
So Raj, this is now the homework assignment. You need to get to the bottom of this. I'm
going to look into it. I might sort of kind of be friends with the PD, so we'll see what I can find out.
Ask.
Wow.
Seriously, ask.
I will.
Ask if this is real. I want to know if this is on the up and up.
I need to know more information about this guy. I need to know his
At the bottom
age.
of the second to take the lead.
The
As we start at the top of the third. Now.
See the pace. He has such great pace.
He had to be a former broadcaster. There's no way he's not. There's no way this guy just came in after substituting for chemistry and just walked off the bus and is now this smooth. He's been a broadcaster before. There's no way.
Towards the Phillies dugout.
I'm more interested in the story now that Raj thinks this is fake and it's a PR stunt.
I don't necessarily think that it's fake, but there's no way that he's not a former broadcaster that like used to do college games or high school games or something.
There's got to be some level broadcasting in the past.
For sure.
Somewhere.
There's no way.
A year ago, I may have thought it was real, but Abdalla has tainted me so much. Like, he has ruined my innocence with things to where now I just
But
assume
also,
everything
think about it, Raj.
is fake.
He said-
You ruined Freddie for me, Abdalla. You ruined Freddie.
Sorry. But think about it. He said lifelong dream to be in the Phillies broadcast booth.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
He's
have
a
said
baseball
that.
fan.
But he wouldn't have said that if he
That's
wasn't
not
a
true.
broadcaster.
That's not true. You could be a baseball fan. You could be someone that just loves baseball.
But I feel like if you're a lifelong
And you listen to the
lifelong
radio.
baseball fan is to sit in the dugout or to
No.
George Costanza wanted to be a Yankees broadcaster. Remember, that was
Plenty
his
of
dream at one
people
point.
want to be the broadcaster of their favorite team. That is definitely something that people grow up thinking
Well,
about.
no, Costanza wanted to be the color analyst.
That is true, he did. That is true, he did.
Usually they give those jobs to former players.
He didn't want to do play-by-play.
What credentials do you have?
He wanted to chime in with witty quips.
Phillies
I love
broadcast booth.
how he
So here we
opens
go.
it. You know how I always make those interesting comments during
You do make interesting comments.
Painter with the first pitch to Ortiz. It's in there for strike one call. Phil's with two.
I mean, he is so smooth. So I will believe that this is a hardworking American who is just
I'm not saying
getting
he's
his
not a
one
hardworking
shot
American.
to be in the booth. And congratulations to that individual. What a great moment.
And
How
Chris,
great
let me
is
tell
that?
you about this
You
German
guys think it's
soccer
fake.
fan who fell in love with America, and he's coming back
outta
this
here,
fall
Raj.
to check out college football.
Rod, please report back.
Yeah,
Let us
we need
know.
to
We'll
know.
let you know
We
what I
need to
find
know.
out.
We got to know
I will
if
let
this
you
is
know.
real.
I will let
It's
you know.
Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports. We have a quarterback tier list from DraftKings. We'll tell you about that coming up next.
Cleveland can't figure out its quarterback situation. Said just about everybody for the last quarter century. And this year, questions keep coming. Shedeur Sanders or Deshaun Watson? Those are the options in Cleveland.
You are a factory of sadness!
Westwood One Sports.
At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 4 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Bleck and Abdalla on Westwood One Sports. Here's Chris Bleck and Adam Abdalla.
If you missed any portion of today's show, check out the podcast on Apple and on Spotify. Also, like and subscribe to the Bleck and Abdalla YouTube channel, Bleck and Abdalla Show. Each day we have the live stream up and running, so you can watch the show daily right there on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe to Bleck and Abdalla Show right there on YouTube. Thank you to Raj and Roy for producing today's show. Jim Rome and the Jim Rome Show is coming up in 11 minutes right here on Westwood One Sports. DraftKings has quarterback tiers up, Abdalla. So when we look at the quarterback tiers on DraftKings, they list off, let's see, there are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in the 5th and the 6th tier. Explain this to me. How on DraftKings for the quarterback tiers, now obviously always use code B&A26. Shout out Bleck and Abdalla right there on DraftKings. Their tiers list, it's a little bit different than what Sando did for The Athletic. Explain to me the tiers list here on DraftKings.
So they do an S tier, an A, B, C, D, E, F, and G tier. I don't know how they rank them, what criteria they use, but this is what they did. There's 2 quarterbacks in S, which is above A, because S is better than A now.
Is it?
That's what the kids say. I don't know.
Is that a young person internet
I don't know.
thing?
I had to explain it to you. I've seen a bunch of lists like this where they rank things, and S is above A, B, C, and D. Maybe I don't know where this started. I just know this is. So I deduced it,
Sure.
and I used my deducing to tell you that I deduced it and told you. And I sounded smart for a second because I told you.
And then you exposed yourself.
No, that's fine. I mean,
sounding smart.
Not on camera.
Yeah,
but,
no.
So the S tier quarterbacks, Chris, are Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford.
Please, tell us who the quarterbacks are.
The S tier quarterbacks are Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford. The A tier quarterbacks are Dak Prescott and Jared Goff.
Okay.
The B tier quarterbacks are Drake May, Brock Purdy, Caleb Williams, and Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, there's a couple really good names that we have yet to see.
Yeah. I don't know what they're ranking here. This is
C
frustrating.
category: Mahomes, Allen, Love, Herbert, and Nix.
What are they ranking?
I don't know.
D list Sam Darnold, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels, Baker Mayfield.
Are they teams that they think that will win the Super Bowl? Like, are they playoff rankings?
I don't know.
Because I could see that. That could kind of make sense if you're saying the conference champion games are, you're looking at Lions, Rams, and you're looking at Patriots and Bengals.
Yep.
That would make a little sense.
Yep.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have playoff teams like the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Bears, the Jags, and then so on and so forth.
All it says in their tweet, NFL QB tier list. How do we rank the QBs?
I think they're just trying to get people to talk about it. I think that's the key.
You're welcome. Success.
I love it.
Promo code B&A26.
Shout out. Yeah. Shout out to our friends at DraftKings.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bleck Abdalla here on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I saw this earlier today, and it's in the conversation for like my worst nightmare. ABC News has the video. New Jersey, Ocean City at a boardwalk ride. The festival rides that take place. It's one of those where it spins you around on like a pendulum, but it's stuck at the top and you're stuck upside down.
Nope.
You ever see those at theme parks?
Yeah, that's my nightmare.
You see it swings from back and forth, and then it goes to the top, and when it gets to the top, and then it swings back.
So I don't ride those carny rides.
No, it is stuck at the top.
Nope.
Riders were dangling upside down for about 7 minutes before they were let down, which in these stories that are usually pushed out by the major news companies, usually 7 minutes, that's short.
Yeah.
Usually it's like people are stuck for hours.
On top of a roller coaster or something like that.
on top of a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like, that's where, to me, I don't know, if you're a thrill seeker, I get it. You want, like, I don't, that's why I don't go on rides like that.
To me, that's not thrill seeking. That's just a carnival ride. Like like a roller coaster, okay, whatever, that's fine. But that's just your average carny ride.
Everyone has their hometown festival, right? And you walk by one of the carny rides, and you can see, there's 4 posts, and one of the posts is just like rattling off the ground. You're like, I'm not getting on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ocean City, New Jersey, there were riders of this ride stuck atop of it for 7 minutes.
No, not for me.
Before they were let down.
No, thank you.
That's one of my worst nightmares.
Yeah.
Is a roller coaster getting stuck at the top.
No.
It's not for me.
No.
You know what's for me? The Jim Rome Show.
Oh.
And the Jim Rome Show is coming up next right here on Westwood One Sports.
This is Westwood One Sports.